They say I can't play. Is his internet frozen? Has his internet frozen? Oh my goodness. Well, this is West Ham Random after all. I mean, that the host has frozen. I can't believe this. He's left me here hanging. Oh, listen. What can I do? I'm just passing through. I said I'd jump in here for a period of time. I couldn't be here for long because I've got to go and pick my son up from work. And his internet seems to have just frozen at the moment that he's hit go live. Guys, what can I say? Is there someone that's going to jump in and rescue me? Peach is here.
Oh, yeah.
Peach is
No,
actually
I'm
there
so
twice
sorry.
because he's there and
Oh,
he's
I gotta.
there.
I'm everywhere. I'm a Gatesy. I'm like what you call it? Ben Rama wasn't yesterday. Ben Rama
Oh,
wasn't
dear,
about.
dear,
I'm
dear.
so like days. So like days. What? Oh, Ben Rama. Ben Rama. Dun 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 dun. You were a flop yesterday. Dun dun dun
Yeah,
dun dun. Please
not
put
one
your
of his
shooting
better
boots
ones as we.
on. Your pass accuracy was shy. Dun, 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 Ben Rama.
Yeah, yeah, it
He
wasn't
was
one of his
garbage
best
anyway.
games. Yeah, no, it
He
wasn't very
was
good.
garbage. He
And
was
as I
garbage.
say, I think his place is up for grabs. But then again, Antonio should be as well. And the only reason he escapes
Oh
it is
yeah,
probably because we ain't got anyone that can play his role. I know
yeah,
you could turn around and
absolutely.
say, "Oh, we'll play Yarmolenko up top," but fundamentally, he's not going to play the same way that Antonio plays. So it means
No, he's not.
adapting your style of play around around Yarmolenko. So I don't
Like
really see that Moyes is going to do that. So
he's a big lump. He's a big lump, and he has to wear his Ukraine shirt
Bowen,
under his West Ham shirt, but he doesn't have the quickness, the physical
mm,
ability. Like he's big, but he doesn't have that
mm.
bulldozer effect that Antonio does have, does he, Gatesy?
No.
No.
I'm just looking at the comments there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Scott. I'm not saying he didn't work hard, but 54.2% pass accuracy in 75 minutes, and I think it was 24 touches on the ball in that 75-minute period. Isn't good enough. No ifs, no buts. And then when you compare and contrast that with Manuel Lanzini, who had 15 minutes on the pitch and he had 18
Yeah.
passes and he had a 94.4% passing accuracy, and he just looked more intense. He just looked like he was harassing and harrying players more.
Yes.
For me, it's it's clear. Lanzini has to come in the next game. I personally think
Yes.
that
One
it's for
hundred
Ben
percent.
Rama because I think
Yeah.
that stylistically they're similar types of players. So it's one in, one out. You don't fundamentally change the what we've sort of like how we've played over the last 18 months by swapping those two around. And it may do Ben Rama
Absolutely.
some good. It might just give him a chance to sort of rest, recuperate, recalibrate, and hopefully come back
Yes.
stronger. So
No,
how
they
you doing,
have to.
Hammerette? Hope you're well.
No, Hamlet's in the building. Good. I wasn't sure she was gonna come.
Looking
Yeah.
beautiful as ever. And Helen as well. You're
Absolutely.
looking well.
Absolutely. Your texts are looking gorgeous. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Lanzini. Everybody was saying Lanzini last match, not the last match against Brighton, but the last match against City. Would you
Yep.
really start Lanzini if he didn't score that goal? And yes, I would. And yesterday, that mazy run that he had from the left hand side when he helped Johnson get out of a lot of trouble, and he just carried the ball like Lingard, passed it on. I thought that was brilliant. And yeah, I think he deserves a starting role, Gatesy. I really do.
Yeah. Put it this way: if he doesn't start, and whoever it's for, and you could argue, could it be Fornals? Could it be Ben Rama? Could it be Antonio? As I say, I
Yeah.
think Antonio gets away with it
Yes.
because there's no one that can replace him and do play the same way stylistically that he
Yeah.
does. So,
Yeah.
and that's and as I said on our post match, that's not healthy because
No.
everybody else in that starting 11, indeed in the squad, is
Yeah.
fighting for position.
Yes.
So Ben Johnson knows that if he doesn't play well, Kufau's in. Fabianski knows he doesn't play well, Areola's in,
Yeah.
etc., etc., etc. Sorry to hear that, Scott.
Yeah.
hope you're well soon. My mum's actually got an underactive thyroid, so I know what you're up against.
Yeah, not nice.
Everybody's place is up for grabs, yet it seems that Miguel Antonio's isn't.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't blame the other players at looking at him and going, hold on a minute, you're not playing by the same rules that we're playing by, because we're all, we've all got to be on our game.
Yeah,
be
we
consistent and all the rest of it, because if we're not, we're giving the shepherds, and yet you're not.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Here we go from Brisbane, Australia.
Mr. Kangaroo, how do you do?
Skippy.
Good morning, Robert. Good morning, PG.
Hello, Smoke.
Hey, I'll just try to adjust a bit.
How's the wildlife? Have you got any more frogs or crickets or?
No, I was working away there, Robert, in Tin Can Bay, mate, and there's just stuff everywhere. Big lizards, and then them beautiful, them green frogs. You don't see them often
I
enough.
thought it was a toy. When I saw it, I'm like, is that a plastic sort of toy frog that you wind up?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then, when you said
like that when they're
still, yeah.
And it was like lime green, wasn't it? It was lime green with those beautiful yellow eyes. It was lovely.
Yeah, they're a gorgeous little creature, and you only see them now and again. And I think since the introduction of these cane toes, their numbers have gone down.
Yeah,
because they're such a pest, and a poisonous pest. So that's good to see one now and again. And then you got your big
in its natural habitat. We see of the outback. Here comes Kermit the Frog in all its majesty.
You have to do a foursome on Edinburgh. You have to do a foursome on Edinburgh. That would be absolute class. You've done Zippy. You have to do Edinburgh. You have to.
Of the frog going. 10 to the dozen.
No, but you got to talk about like Antonio and Lanzini and like Fornell. It's like, that would get so many hits. Attenborough reviews the West Ham match. Attenborough Gatesy reviews the West Ham match. Let's have it. That would be brilliant.
That might be an idea. You never know.
That would be brilliant. That would be absolutely brilliant. Yes, please.
Hammerette saying she wants to see the face. What the face of what? What
I think the Zippy. I think Zippy. I don't know.
Hang on. Can I?
In a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Hold on.
We want Zippy.
Hold on. Hang on. Hello, boys and girls. I'm Zippy, and I'm on West Ham Random. Yes.
This poor guy.
Hammerette, is that what you was? Is that what you was after? You wanted Zippy. You didn't want me. That's fine. That's no problem. I'm not
Hammerette. Let me tell you. Gatesy did a whole match reaction of Zippy, and he could not talk for a week after that because it stresses your throat so much.
It does.
Oh my goodness, he had hoarse throat for the next week. Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't want to see my face when I do it. You seriously don't.
We want to see this man's face though. We always love to see this man's face. It's a beautiful sight. It is a beautiful sight. Yay, Budgie!
Good evening.
Oh, Gatesy.
Hello. It's Zippy here. I'm a big fan of yours.
Gatesy. Come back to Gatesy.
I think that Budgie's brilliant. Yes, he's the best of West Ham Random. Preach your rubbish.
Yes, he is. We all take a back seat to Budgie. How do you mean?
Get over there, Zippy. Go on. Get
Gatesy, you know what I did today? You know what I did today? You know how Budgie and myself and all the West Ham Random team is organizing that. It's on December 17th, and it's with West Ham Network. It's going to be on West Ham Network, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a charity event for Iron supporting food banks. You know who I got a hold of today to come on and say 2 words?
Go on.
Cahill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because he's been busy, real busy at school. So
yeah.
So I got a hold of him, and as he would say, grand. Every text I text him, he says grand.
Grand, no.
Every text I text him, I'm like, can I call you in a bit? He's like, yeah, grand. I tried calling you, but you weren't available. Give me a call when you got time. All right, grand. Yeah, he's brilliant. I love that boy. I love that boy.
Okay. So anyway,
I want to get Steve 50 on 2. If you could ask him for me nicely, Gatesy, I want to get Steve 50 on 2 because I love his point of views on West Ham and just his. I love him as a person in general. I think he's brilliant. And yeah, I'd love him to come on and say 2 things, man. And I've already asked you and Duke, and if timing works, we'll get you boys on, and you guys can hold it down.
My people will talk to his people, Peach. Leave it with me.
And your people will talk to my people, and his people, and his people, and their people. And yes.
And my people will talk to him as well, Peach.
There you go. You gotta stop it now. You created a monster, Hammer. You created a monster.
What's possessed him? I really don't.
That's brilliant.
I think he's missed his time in the spotlight. That's why he's like, Gatesy, I gotta get on. And
don't
there you go.
encourage him. Don't encourage.
Oh no,
him.
I will. Oh, I will.
No,
I will.
No, you just let the monster out, and it just runs wild. You know.
Okay, so
don't forget about me, Paige. Don't forget about me.
See, there you go again. So, Budgie, how you doing, my friend?
All right, mate. Yeah, I've had a pretty good day today, actually. If I'm honest.
So, what's all about this? What happened today? It happened today. What's all of this about? We might get Insignia on a free if we do a pre-contract before the summer, and like this is going to be Rob Newman's first signing. I say, good shout, good first signing. If he can complete that, that's a brilliant start. That's making a statement.
That definitely is making a statement. But do you believe everything you read in the papers or on these? You don't. And we've learned to. Yeah, and we've learned to kind of siphon out the shit. Now there could be some truth in this that Rob Newman has made an approach, but we don't know the subject or the content of that approach, and we don't know whether it would have been a loan deal, permanent deal, or what. We just don't know, or if he made any approach at all. So I love the story, and if it should be true, I would be a very happy young man right now, old man right now. But
it kind of reminds me of the whole debate. Sorry, Budgie, it kind of reminds me of the whole Payet debacle because we pre-signed him before he came here in the summer, and he was our first signing that summer. So it kind of reminds me about that. I hope it's true. And I hope he doesn't do a Payet.
Exactly. And
please, come on.
Yeah, please do.
He's a right winger essentially, isn't he? So are you a little concerned that might add a little bit of fuel to the fire that this rumor that Jared Bowen's off to Liverpool?
No, I think it'll cancel out Lingard coming here.
That's more likely, in my opinion. It'll be more likely to cancel out Lingard. Yes. And
do you also think that the fact that he's 30 doesn't fit into the narrative? No. But what I'm saying is that the narrative that David Moyes likes to get players sort of like a little bit younger than that and get them in. I mean, sort of like I know obviously he brought in Craig Dawson, but that was like a £2 million loan, £2 million punt money on a championship player. I mean, this would be like I say, a 30-year-old right winger from Italy, never played in the Premier League before. It's a bit of a risk, don't you think? I know it's free.
I mean, the thing is, he is such a quality right winger, though.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. You know, he's like he's one of these players that I believe could adapt. You know, I actually believe that he's a player that could adapt because he's got the experience and the know-how to fit in with the way a team plays. You know, you got to remember he's been around a few years, as you said, and during those years, he's played with a large number of players, and he's had to adapt his play to, you know, basically to fit in with all of them. Otherwise, you know, he wouldn't be where he is today. You know.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I actually believe that I think he would be a good signing, but then he's not a long-term signing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If you remember,
he's already
say, like Moyes did say, he wants to get the youngins in, but he wants to sprinkle some experience around. So that would be your experience aspect, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the only thing that worries me is it's not a Premier League experienced player. That's the only thing. I mean, if it was a 30-year-old, like in the case of Jesse Lingard, I mean, he's 28 going on 29 and he's got Premier League experience. Insigne's got none.
Yeah, but he has football experience, and that matters at the end of the day, I think. Like, I know he doesn't, but no, I know what you're saying, but I just think he's such a brilliant footballer. I think he's a chameleon. I think he'll adapt to any league he plays in, if that's German, English, France.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's my personal perspective.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own.
The only thing that concerns me, I know it would potentially be a free, but he's not going to play for sort of like buttons, is he? He's going to command a fair chunk of change. And if he came in on a 3-year contract, is it going to be another Yarmolenko situation?
Or is it going to be like well, it depends on what kind of deal he comes in on, really, doesn't it? You know, I mean, if he should happen to turn up on a deal where they're saying, oh, you know, right, you can have him on a loan for a year and we'll pay half his wages, then, you know, 70, 80 grand a week isn't much to pay for a player like that. But if they say you got to pay the full whack and he's on 200k a week, mate, we're in shit. We ain't going to be able to do that. You know, we wouldn't be able to justify that. You know, especially after all this debacle about Rice's contract and that's been going on for the last year. You know, how can they justify paying somebody in excess of 150 million, 150 grand a week?
I've got to scoot because I've got to get my son from work. So I'm gonna make my excuses and what was it they said in Back to the Future? Make like a tree and get out of here.
Thank you for coming on. It's always a pleasure. Your knowledge is well respected these ways, man.
Forget me.
Lovely to see you again.
There you go.
See you later, Jimmy.
Goodbye.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, thanks for that, Zip.
No, he's a legend. There's only one Gatesy.
There's only one Gatesy, mate. Yeah, what a legend.
I'll tell you.
So, how's Kieran?
Yes.
Budge, son. I've just moved. I'm moving around a lot here because I was sitting out there, and the sun was hitting me on the back, and I was absolutely roasting out there. I'm sweating, so I had to come in.
Is this your part-time weather report? Just to like,
well, what? It was leading up to it. Because I knew you'd ask for it, so I thought I'd start with that.
I'm jealous. Wow. I'm jealous, my friend. I'm jealous.
Well, we all are, mate. You know, and at the end of the day, he loves rubbing it in, the man, doesn't he? So
I do. I will say that I do. And I'm not glad to. After all that rain, see, and now the sun's out, it's out in full force. It's going to be about 30 degrees. Gosh. And so the humidity now is really high.
Oh, gosh, it's an hard life being an Aussie, isn't it?
Terrible, mate.
Yeah, I might be, yeah.
Wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it.
Hey, look who's in the house.
Oh. Hey, Jay.
What's that, mate? Sorry. Oh, Luke Legend.
This one.
There you go.
The lady of the moment, Happy Hammerette. Good evening to you, young lady. Right, who else have we missed? Oh,
we got Mary J. Gaza. Gaza's telling everybody. Look at this. I love this, Gaza. 11 people watching, only 4 likes. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Big up, guys.
Sorry, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. Gary, you are a genius of a man to say that.
Dynamite.
Like that.
Dynamite.
That's it, man. Yes, so we've got Hammerhead in the house. We've got Rob Singleton in the house.
Yep.
Hey, Robert.
Good evening, Robert.
Hello, Robbie boy.
Roy Chappell's in the house. Oh my! I've got to log into this. I've got to log into this laptop. Somebody else. Oh, Luke Legend's in the house. Look.
G'day,
Look
Luke.
at that. Good evening, ladies. He says somewhere.
Evening,
he always does. He always does, doesn't he?
That's his little thing, isn't it? Afternoon, ladies. Evening, ladies. Morning, ladies. Just depends what show it's on. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
See, technically, you're welcome.
Disabled team are in the house. Just acknowledging everyone in the house, guys. Just acknowledging everyone that's in. I think that's all we have for the moment. But good evening. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Scott's in the house.
Yep, the chef. The chef is in the house.
Yeah, and Ben B is in the house.
Big up, Ben.
And that's it, guys. That's it, guys. Ben, everybody. Right. So
what? I'm good. How about you, Karen?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Good to be home.
Okay, so I just was thinking. I'm glad you're doing well, Karen. You had a long drive home last night. I'm glad you're back at home, sorted. From Tin Can Bay. Awesome. Love it. Fudgy, Karen.
Yes.
What question do you want to pose to the chat? Do you want to pose to the chat the fact that we could get Insignia on a free? Would we like Insignia on a free? Do they think he's the right player to fill the void that we're dealing with right now? Do you think he will take Lingard's position or transfer? Like, where should we go with this? So the chat can get involved, like sink their teeth into like the meat of the bone, really involved.
Okay. Here's a question for them then.
Go on.
This report that Declan Rice made a statement to the Evening Standard, I believe it was, regarding Daniel Kretinsky and his investment in the club and his purchase of 27%. Now, can't remember word for word, but the content it came across like this. It said, they asked him, do you agree or do you think that Daniel Kretinsky's involvement in the club will bring the club's ambitions to the level of your own? Okay, because everybody knows that Declan Rice's ambition is to be in the Champions League. So he said yes. His single word answer was actually not not yes, it was and then they went on to ask him, what he thought that Kretinsky's involvement might bring about. So he said words to the effect of, I think that, with his involvement and the involvement of those already at the club, he worded this a lot quicker than I am, but he said that, with his involvement with those around the club already, he said that he believed that the ambition was to get the club into the Champions League and to be challenging for titles, to be challenging for silverware, etc. And that he wanted to be with West Ham when they do that. He wants to be a part of that, right? Now, he's clearly stated that. Now, can't remember the exact words, right? But he clearly stated that West Ham are on the up. They're going to continue moving forward. With Kretinsky's money, that's going to help us to move forward, so on and so forth. That they want to be in. This is Declan's words, kind of. They want the club wants to be in the Champions League and challenging for titles and silverware, and I want to do that as well. I want to be in the Champions League and challenging for titles, and I want to do that with West Ham. Now it's been reported in loads of other media outlets across the internet and on paper and so on and so forth, and radio and etc. And they've all picked up on this story, and every single outlet, bar none, have omitted or haven't put in the phrase and I want to do that with West Ham, or any of that phrase. You know, none of them have given any of the readers or the listeners any indication that Declan Rice wants to achieve everything that he can with West Ham. Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So that's now put like a transfer rumor frenzy out there now.
Yeah.
Now that's why we're getting more talk about him going to Man United, more talk about him going to Chelsea, talk about him going to Liverpool perhaps, and also talk about him going to Bayern Munich.
Yep.
There's also talk about them being interested in him.
Yeah,
and that's all been sparked. That's all been sparked off because they've removed the words, I want to do that with West Ham. And, you know, I mean, it's ridiculous how they get away with this shit. You know,
it is.
We can sit here and discuss it. And even if we had every single West Ham supporter in the world listening to this feed right now, we still wouldn't be able to convince the world that the rumours are just rumours. Everybody will think, no, I'm a Liverpool fan. We are looking at him. Yeah, or I'm a Chelsea fan. No, he's coming back to us and all that kind of shit, you know. Yeah. But the fact is that Declan Rice wants to do it with us. Now, my question to the chat is, do you believe that even if we don't qualify for Champions League this year, but we do qualify for the Europa League again, do you believe that Declan Rice will still be here to lead us into Europa next year? That's my question.
Yeah. I'll tell you, just on one little point. Could I just say hello to a good mate, Neil from Down Under? He just joined the chat. He's from South Australia. Good morning, Neil. I hope you're well, sir. So I just wanted to mention.
Good morning, mate.
The thing, it sounds bizarre that they'd leave that phrase out, doesn't it? Because it really does. And you know, they want to control the narrative of him going to a big club. That's what it sounds like. But as part of what Declan said, I want to do it with West Ham. That's his exact words, was it? Because I didn't see it.
Well, kind of. You know what I mean? I can't quote word for word because, in fact, I probably bloody could. Let me find it. Right, I'll have a look for the.
I just don't think there's anything else he could say in that situation. You know, he can't just say, "Yeah, I want Champions League with anyone." He has to say, you know, I want to do it with West Ham, and he probably does, you know, but he has to say that. And so I wouldn't read too much into it either way. I don't think Rice wants to go. But as we all know, football's a strange thing. If the right offer comes in from the right club,
right, okay,
West Ham
I've just found a news item regarding Declan Rice on footballinsider247.com.
Okay.
Right, now this claims, let me get rid of that disclaimer. This claims that, okay, gone too far, you ponce. Right, Declan Rice, this is the headline. Declan Rice tipped to sign new West Ham contract amid £100 million claim. Pundit Kevin Campbell reckons. Kevin Campbell, the former Arsenal and Everton striker, claims that Declan is due to sign a new contract amidst talks of £100 million price tag. That's basically what this is saying. Where are we? The deal sees the group chairman Daniel Kretinsky and his colleague Pavel Horsky join the Irons board. That's the deal for the 27%. When asked by Football Insider for his assessment of Rice's comments, Campbell said, "A new deal is not out of the question by the sounds of it." So what were his comments? Speaking to the Evening Standard on the 29th of November, Rice revealed he hopes new investment at the club can help him to realise his dream of playing Champions League football. So it's that statement there,
right,
that tells somebody that's reading it properly, right? So he wants to do Champions League with West Ham. You know, he's saying investment in the club, whereas other people have looked at it and gone, "Oh yeah, he wants to play Champions League. He's going to go to Bayern Munich, or he's going to go Liverpool or Chelsea or somewhere."
No, you can read it both ways, can't you? You can read it any way you want. It's it's really about what.
But you got to read. You got to read as it is written, and as it is written, it says, you know, with his investment, the club are going to build, and we're going to, challenge
like you said earlier, Budgie. If you flip that coin and we don't achieve top 4 this year, which I believe is very unlikely. Myself, I think we'll be lucky to get top 6. I think we'll be lucky to get top 6. So if we don't achieve that year, does that mean then, well, we haven't achieved what I wanted, and I have to go? You can read it both ways, you know. Or is he prepared to wait another season to achieve Champions League football for West Ham? That's really
the thing is, to achieve greatness, you can't do that over a day or two.
No,
you know, you can't do overnight, as the phrase goes. And Declan Rice knows that better than anybody.
Exactly.
So, you know, and look, you know, any minute now he's going to become club captain. That's a massive, massive honour and a massive undertaking for any man as well.
Yeah.
But that's a big honour. No man is going to look that honour in the face and laugh at it. No one. They're not going to take the piss. Declan Rice wants it.
And because it's been a West Ham captain, especially when you think of the names that have had it before you, when you talk about Bobby Moore and Big Bonds, you know,
and the name, and that name is the man that they're comparing this man to.
Well, so they should be. So they should be. Be honest. Do you know what? I think he's a different kind of player than Bobby Moore, but I think he's probably, at his age, technically, he's probably a better player. And that's a big statement. But Moore was Moore was just calm.
Declan Rice, I think he's more talented with the ball at his feet than Bobby Moore was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that is that going round players and stuff like that. Bobby Moore was quite bullish with that. He was quite, he wasn't a flair player by any stretch of the imagination, really.
He just read the game better than anyone else, Clive, honestly.
Yeah,
he just read.
And, you know, he went into tackles that you would not expect him to come out with the ball. Do you know what I mean? Tonight, did you? I don't suppose you watched any of the Man United game earlier, did you?
I was watching bits, Geezer. Yeah, I just flicked through some of it. Yeah, I've seen the result.
Did you see that flipping tackle from the left back, the Man United left back? His name skips, evades me at the moment. He was running down with the Arsenal player, and the Arsenal player had the ball and was running. He was about a yard and a half in front of him. And this Man United defender caught up with him, went to ground, hooked his leg round the Arsenal player, kicked the ball out in the touch. Beautiful bit of defending. And all the Arsenal lot were going, like this, looking for a free kick and a yellow card. And the referee went, he got the ball. What's the matter with you? He got the fucking ball.
That's it.
Yeah. It was quite good to see, and then they brought on Lingard, and I weren't very happy to see that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
did he do anything? Did he do anything or not? Lingard?
No, not. I came down and he's still playing now, I think. So, Athers is in the house. Good evening, Athers. I've sent you a friend request on Facebook, by the way, mate, and it's the name of Clive Trillivin. So just in case you're wondering who that mug is, it's me. All right, buddy. Ben B saying typical media. Exactly, Ben. It's the same all over the place. And, you know, and it's not just Declan Rice that's the victim of it, you know. I mean, even people like, you know, Marcus Rashford. You know, now I use him as an example because he's a very good example of what a professional footballer can and should achieve, right? It doesn't matter what you achieve on the pitch because that's not lifelong. You know, what you do on the pitch, that's just, you know, that's your job, and it's a short-lived job. It's what you do off the pitch that matters. And that boy, that Marcus Rashford, has changed government policy with his, you know, school meals for kids and his free meals for kids and that. He's changed government policy. He's changed the country's thinking towards it. And fair play to him. That he will always be remembered for, you know, and that's the kind of thing, you know, that you want to be remembered for. Not people like, now, excuse me for saying this, Jack Bloody Grealish. He's going to be always in my mind for being, you know, a fucking diver and a cheat. You know, as great as he is with the ball at his feet, he's a diver and he's a cheat. And I don't like that. And if he ever came to West Ham, I think I would probably never go to a game.
I don't want him at West Ham either.
I hate the man. I really don't like him. Really don't like him. Neil from Down Under says Rice might leave West Ham one day. Agreed. But I can't see him leaving the London area. Agreed also, mate. And
Neil's always said that, because I've had this debate with Neil.
I've always said it. He will go to Chelsea. That's where he'll end up.
But
that's where he started.
I don't believe that, because I've had this discussion with Neil, and we agreed to disagree. I think the club the best club for him, myself, not at this moment, right? Because it's in chaos. Is Man United? I think he would fit in there so well.
He won't go there. He won't go there.
Neil always believed that he won't leave London. So if he's not going to leave London, it is Chelsea. It can't be anyone else. I can't see. He would never
Palace or he would never go to Arsenal or Tottenham. No. Definitely not Tottenham.
So, but I believe Man United, and got to remember, there's only about 3 or 4 teams that could afford him. You know, it's all sort of narrowed down. I'm not sure Barcelona or Real Madrid could afford him now. You know, there might be 5 teams, but who's going to spend that kind of money? I don't think there's a lot. Chelsea, at the moment, I don't think they need Rice. That's the difference there. I don't think they need him at the moment.
Oh, Chelsea.
They've got Kante and they've got Jorginho, haven't they? They're okay at the moment.
Yeah.
But for next year, if they lost one of them or Kante moves on, Kante's getting on a bit. He could be a great signing.
Listen, do you know what? What I would really like to see happen right this minute, not right now, because I don't want Declan Rice to go anywhere. But I mean, if it is going to happen in the summer window or something, let's just say for argument's sake, and he is going to go to Chelsea, I'd like to see Kante go the other way. Come the other way.
I'd take that, mate. I'd take that all day long. You know, if he had to go,
like I said on my one from each team with Titch, I said that there's only 2 players I could think of currently in the Premiership that would be able to fill in for Declan Rice should he not be available to play. One of them was N'Golo Kante, and the other one was Phillips. You know, but but all 3 of them made my starting 11 as a 3-man midfield. So yeah, I would love to see Kante come this way, and if Declan was to go there, you know, I wouldn't want Jorginho though. I wouldn't want Jorginho. There's too many calamities in him.
I wouldn't turn it down if we got him recently. I don't know.
Oh no, I mean but I mean I would want money in return as well though for Jorginho.
I've always been a big
I'd do a straight swap for Kante right now, and I know that's probably quite contentious, but I would actually right this minute now. If Declan said I want to go next month, I'm going next month. I want to go to Chelsea, and Kante's ready to come the other way on a straight swap. I'd be happy with that. You know, not a penny.
I think with the either way. What is Kante now? He's getting on a bit, but I've always been a big fan, Clive, of Kante.
He's a 24-year-old, 31-year-old.
Yeah. How old is Kante?
I think he's 28, 29 actually. Yeah. But you know, he's like a lot of the African.
He's got Rolls Royce engine, bloke. He just keeps going.
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of the other African players and people with African descendancy, you know, they tend to be able to go on a lot longer. I mean, look, here's a classic example. Yeah, but here's a classic example. Daley Thompson. Right?
Yeah.
Now, Daley Thompson was born and bred in this country of West Indian father, I believe it was. But how old was he when he retired from decathlon? 32.
I think it was about
32.
105.
No, he was 32 when he retired from competitive thing,
just
you know.
forever, didn't it?
But that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. 32 doing
For that discipline,
pole vaulting and shit.
Pole
Vaulting and shit like that, you know.
I
So,
ain't
you know,
picking a ball about it.
these guys that, you know, age is but a number to them, you know, most of them. And I'm not saying that, and I don't mean to be disrespectful or racist in any way, shape, or form. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. The fact is that, you know, the people with mixed race blood or African blood in them tend to be able to be more athletic for longer in their life. That's just a fact. It's just a fact, you know. Athers still thinking he's got everything here at the moment. I actually do as well, Athers. And, you know, like I said, you know, the quote from him in the Evening Standard yesterday, it was yesterday, I think, was quoting him as saying that, you know, his ambition is to play in the Champions League. It is to play in the, you know, the Premiership and to win titles in the Premiership and so on and so forth. But he wants to do that with us. He doesn't want to go anywhere to do it. That's the point. Even though he has admitted openly that he's a Chelsea fan, etc., etc., he's a West Ham player and he wants to remain a West Ham player right now. You know, 2-3 years' time, that may change.
I think
Gary's
the question
saying,
do we give that Kretinsky, you know, let him bed in, let him be part of the club, and we keep Rice for another season? And maybe, you know, it's not this season we have to make Champions League. Maybe it's next season. And if that didn't happen,
what I'm saying.
Then he might
That's
start
what I'm
thinking.
saying. As long as we finish in a position where we can challenge for Europa again, I think Declan would be quite satisfied.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe so, you know, because look, Declan's not motivated by money. He's not motivated by other people's
he can have all the money in the world.
Yeah, you know, he's not motivated by that. What he's motivated by, he's playing football, having fun while he's doing it, you know, winning games, having a good, you know, a good afternoon out on the grass with his mates. And, you know, that's what he wants. He, you know, and if he does move and goes to Chelsea, he'll still be amongst mates, you know.
As a club, as Gary J just said there, he's never given any indication. As Gary J just said there, he's never given
us reason to believe it. No, that's right.
Of leaving,
exactly right.
Not at any moment. So I don't see it happening. The only thing, it's like anything in football, isn't it? The big wheels come in motion. It might not be his preferred deal, but if the big offer comes in and somebody wants him bad enough, it's going to tempt him, and it's going to tempt our club to sell him too. Don't worry about that. You know, if some silly offer came in over 100 million, who knows?
It's a shock. What is a comment? Sorry, Athers is saying, as a former journalist, we're scum. He said, twist any little word to sell the story.
Athers is scum.
Don't say that. Not on this show. Not on this show.
Rebecca will be on to me now. Rebecca will be fucking slapping me around the head when she gets hold of me. All right. Sorry, mate.
Right. Yeah. Luke Legend is saying it's also similar scenario to Kane. No one is bigger than the club. His future and is his responsibility. And if he wants to go, then all the best, mate. Yeah, I kind of get that. I get that.
It is,
you know, I kind of get that. Yeah, all the best, mate. But I'm going to be saying that while I'm on my hands and knees begging him to stay. Do you know what I mean? You know, all right, okay, you decided, okay, mate, you know, all the best, you know. But I'd be on my hands and knees begging you to stay. Kevin Campbell, stop reading it, Budgie. It is clickbait, mate. Fair enough. Kevin Campbell, yeah, fair enough. Disabled team. Let's hope West Ham finish in the top 4. Then Rice definitely stays at West Ham. That's a good shout. That's a good shout, DT. But then, obviously, you know, there are no guarantees of anything in this world, especially when money talks. Yeah. So Robert Singleton says, his own opinion is that Rice would be stupid to go anywhere before the 22 World Cup. If he goes anywhere afterwards, it's another matter. Yeah, yeah. And another really valid, good point. A really, really good point. Yeah. Shiny's in the house. Good evening, Shiny. Good evening, Budgie. And good morning, Kieran. He's obviously been doing his own work.
He knows what time it is here, mate, doesn't he? He knows.
Yeah. He knows more than you do about what time it is over there, mate. Sometimes you go, I ain't got a fucking clue. Kevin Campbell, who are the great player who never even got an England cap to his hammerette, knows what world-class Rice is going to do.
He might have been a nice guy, right?
Well, you know, the thing is that the great players, with one or two exceptions, don't become pundits. They might do the occasional day in a studio for a very special game or something. Like, for example, if we play in the Europa Cup final this season, you might find someone like Di Canio in the studio. Okay, I'm just using Di Canio as an example because he's not a pundit. He's not the sort of guy you see on TV all the time.
I want to see Trevor. I want to see Trevor.
All of the great players don't become pundits, with one or two exceptions. You know, like for example, Alan Shearer. There's no denying his quality, you know, and his records and stuff. And he's one of those that I believe is the exception. You know, I mean, name me another great player, world-class player that become a pundit.
Michael Owen has, and he was a great striker, a fantastic striker.
Yeah, but he's a part-time pundit. He's a part-time pundit. He don't do it.
I'm not sure if I get the same streams as you here, Geezer, but I see him quite often on when he watches.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Michael Owen's on.
Mind you, it might also help. It might also help though if I didn't turn it off every time he came on. Loved him as a player.
You know, the main ones I get here, Clive, is usually Shearer, Owen, what's his name? Ian Wright. They're the most common I get.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Another one of the exceptions, Ian Wright.
Yeah.
You know, I mean that guy was fucking phenomenal.
He was.
You know, regardless of the fact that he was a gooner. And,
but we had him for a little while.
We had him for a little while, but again, you know, like some of the other great players we've had him at the end of his career. Yeah, but we've had him at the end of their careers. You know, like what was his name? Matty Upson, great player for us. I felt he was a great player for us. But you know, again, we got him when he was what, 29, 30.
Yeah, but he done it.
Dawson, yeah, another world-class talent. Got him late in his years. Stuart saying, yeah, all right. Am I right in saying that if you win the Europa, you automatically qualify for Champions League the following season? You do. Yes, you do, Stuart. Yes. Thank you. That's a good question. That is a good question because other people might not have known that and were too embarrassed to ask. Oh, Peachy Boy's back in the house.
Yo, you know what I just got, Budgie? You know what I just got, my friend?
Go on.
So I got. No, it's gonna break up. Again? Huh? Of course it's food. Of course it's food. I got. Oh, you can't see it, can you? I got cheese and crackers with some lime chili hot sauce and some Caribbean West Indian pepper sauce. Let's have it.
Encona.
There you go.
There you go. Encona sauce, man. Right, so Neil from Down Under saying, Jesus, with both me and Kieran smoking, he better empty his ashtray.
Yeah. Don't do it, kids. Kids, don't do it. It's not good for you.
It's not good for you. Robert says Carrick leaves Man United with immediate effect. Yeah, we knew that because the newly appointed manager has been given. Yeah, but
Carrick
he's
was
been given
part of
the.
that problem, mate. They've been shit ever since he's been there. He's been there through all them managers, and they've all been shit.
Yep.
And he's
You're right.
still there coaching. What the fuck? Why is he there coaching?
Yeah,
Clear
you're
them
right,
out.
Jeremy.
Clear them out and start again. That's what you got to do there, and they will. With this new boy coming in, actually,
here's a good question, Hammerhead or Hammerette. One of our moderators should be able to answer this if we can't. West Ham have a real chance, says Disabled Team, of winning the Europa. If we do win it, if we do,
Scum.
There's the boy.
Sorry, not if we do. Sorry, we have a real chance of winning. All right, Affers. We have a real chance of winning Europa, and if West Ham bring in players in January who haven't played in any European football, can they be registered to play in Europa?
Yes, they can.
In January, they can. Thank you. See, look at that.
Even if
walks into the studio and he's a knowledge of information.
Listen,
I've been sat doing this for
20. I've been sat doing this for 20 minutes to see if you notice me.
I've been getting cheese and crackers with hearts. I went to the fridge. I got crackers, got some marble cheese, some chili lime hot sauce, and some, how do you say it, Budgie? It's like the West Indian pepper sauce.
Encona.
That's what I got. Lovely jubbly. Yeah. That's why I just saw you right now, Anders. I apologize about that, man.
No, that's all right.
Sorry, mate. My bad. I didn't even notice.
I had to sit there for 20 minutes while Kieran called me scum, and I couldn't even say anything back. It was brilliant.
Oh no! Oh no!
What else have we got here, man? What are you dealing with?
Is that a ticket to? Yeah, is that a ticket to Brisbane on your lap there, Affers?
Oh no!
Go chase the man down.
No, I wouldn't chase him down. I'd stick in his get into the Ashes test that he's off to.
Yeah.
Well, that's next week.
Yeah. It would be, wouldn't it?
They could have played European football as well. I think they changed that rule a couple of years ago. That they can have played for another European competition. They can still be registered now. They couldn't used to be able to do that if they'd already played in one European competition. But I know now you can register at any point. So,
cool.
So, Eppers, on that note, then, do you know, because Lingard played for Man United in the Champions League, does that rule him out if he came?
No, I don't think it. No, I don't think it.
No,
does.
Different competition.
Yeah,
different competition.
I don't actually think it matters at all.
But he wouldn't be able to play for us in the Carabao, and he wouldn't be able to play for us in the FA. Oh yeah, he will, because we don't enter the FA Cup till next month anyway, do we? So
that's right.
He would be able to play the FA.
But hopefully, if he doesn't play for United in their game in January, then he can obviously play for us.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
So Global Text is saying if Real Madrid came in for Declan Rice, you could see him go in there. I can't.
See, when
I really can't.
When these comments were coming through, I was going to say I was in the backstage bit when them comments were coming through.
Yeah, green room we call that.
In the green room, I genuinely, if I could see him any club, I think for me he is exactly the kind of mold of a Barcelona player. And I look at
not many.
I look at Busquets. I look at Xavi. He's got that killer pass. He can beat a man. He can do. For me, if there's anybody in the Prem right now, I could see going to Barca one day. Maybe it's from West Ham, but the more you look at Rice, the fact that he's more than likely to be the next England captain as well. He just for me, he would fit into a Barcelona when they sort their shit out and they get all their money back and stuff, but not Real Madrid. I don't like the Real Madrid link. I know they like their Galacticos, but I just don't see it. But if there's somebody typical to what Barcelona do is midfielders like Rice, and I think obviously Busquets and that are getting on, and they need someone like that potentially in the next few years. But they do love a proper ball playing centre midfielder that can come forward with the ball.
If he went to any team in the Premier League, I'll go around. Like you guys say who you think he'd end up at, but I think it just reeks of Liverpool. I don't know why, but like Man City I think Man City would suit him more. But for some reason, I just think Liverpool would get the most out of him. I don't want him to go, but I'm saying if he went to another Prem club, I think his perfect match would be Liverpool.
Not for me. I think he slots into Man United better than anywhere.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. That was my strong second. Yeah, like Man City is, I don't know. They have too many of them already, don't they? So yeah, Liverpool to Manchester United, right?
The more I think of it, was like I think the City links were really strong last couple of seasons, but the fact that they were wanting a replacement for Fernandinho, but Rodri has come on leaps and bounds since he's been under Pep, and I don't think that they need. I don't think they need it realistically. And the Liverpool one, the only thing I could see the change for is Henderson, but I mean, because Fabinho is going to be there for a few years. Man United is the obvious one that makes sense, but unless again they sort their shit out, surely.
Yeah, unless they have to. Yeah, they're a chaos at the moment.
Yeah, if we manage to qualify for the Champions League or we get back into the Europa League and finish fifth, as long as we keep showing Declan that we're improving, we're adding to the squad, we're not talking about we don't get back to where we were. He has everything at his feet while he's here at West Ham, and the fact that he could be in line with the next England captain too.
Exactly.
With that happens, do you think
that a really good point?
January's window could be one of the most important windows we ever had in relation to Rice, to show that we are trying to back it up and keep up there in the top six. So I think it is.
The problem I've got is that I read that Kretinsky's comment. Sorry, Clive, I'll just quickly finish. I read Kretinsky's first column that he did with the Standard, and they said that they weren't going to do anything stupid with money in January. So it's
I read that too. Yeah,
it's tailor two sides because the fans
the question to Declan was the question to Declan was not will Kretinsky spend money.
Yeah,
the question was, do you think his ambitions and what he will do for the club and his investment in the club will match the ambitions that he has? That was the question, and he said yes, outright. Can I just address this comment here? That he says basically Declan's good enough for any club in the world, but as it stands, he's loyal to our badge and building process. Thank God for David Moyes, or he may have been on the verge of leaving by now. I actually believe that to be true.
Yeah, it's true.
I believe that to be true.
If we were still under Pellegrini, I think
I think he would have been gone, but we showed no progression there when we were under Pellegrini, none at all.
I don't know. We brought in Roberto, didn't we? He was all right.
Well, Kante is 30, not 31. So he's 30. I thought he was 29.
Brilliant with what he is, no matter whatever age he is.
They're saying that Chelsea wouldn't let him go.
No, he's the prodigal son.
Luke, Mount for Rice, that would annoy us both of them.
We'll take that.
Yeah, I would. Actually, I wouldn't. As good as Mason Mount is, I think Declan Rice would be far more suited to be at our club than Mason Mount.
100%.
We've already got players in a similar vein to Mount,
exactly.
Like Lanzini and Fredericks. These are maybe not so much Fredericks actually, because he's not quite as.
I'll tell you what.
But
if Ben Rama keeps putting in performances like yesterday, mate, we won't have him for long. I'd get rid of him. He's starting to really.
I said it before. Do the thing. Speak to Chelsea. See how much in the summer. See how much they would want for Mason Mount, because I guarantee Mason Mount will be more likely to come to us at the minute than Declan Rice going the other way. I know it wouldn't happen.
100%. Yeah.
There's one way to cheer Rice up to keep him in the team for a while.
Yeah.
What about Tom? Tom, what about Ezzy? Would you give him a look in?
No, only because I'm a bit. Just because that Achilles injury is a very.
Yeah.
Ruin a few careers, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's what I think Yarmolenko's struggling right now, honestly, to tell you the truth. But sorry. Continue.
Just on the subject of, you mentioned the Achilles injury. Did anybody watch the Man United Arsenal game tonight?
No.
I watched it.
Okay, so there was an incident. There was an incident in the box, right, where who was it?
Fred on De Gea.
Yeah, Fred trod on De Gea's heel. Okay, and Arsenal scored. It was quite a wild scenario, really. But don't you think that justice was served?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that goal.
By the goal standing.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
I
Right, okay, we
believe
can move on from them two shit teams now.
They did us a favour tonight.
Yeah, Stuart says that Rice knows that he's the man at West Ham, but he wouldn't be at Chelsea. That's true, but I don't really think that's high on his agenda, if I'm honest with you, Stuart. I think he just wants to play football, and I think he wants to just do it at the best standard he can. And if he does go, we best bloody win the title. That's Ben. Declan was frustrated with a few of our players in competencies last match. Oh yeah. Think we might need to get a few decent signings in the team before the end of the season to keep Rice, baby. Yeah, I mean, he's stated that, you know, that the club needs to build, and that means not replacing players. That means by adding players to the mix. So, you know, don't worry, Hammerette. That's not going to be an issue, because we are, in this next window and in the summer window, we're going to add players. It may not be many in January, probably one or two, but in the summer you can expect another 3 or 4, I reckon, and one or two maybe of the under 23s popping up as well. Good shout, DT. Right, Luke says sorry, but it's about money at some point for all parties. The lad has the world at his feet, and we can't stand in their way. I agree with that, Luke, 100%. And you know, far be it for me or any one of us, I would think, to pretend to know what's best for Declan Rice. We just know what's best for our club. And our club, the best thing for our club is to keep Declan Rice and to keep other important players of that nature as well. You know, like, for example, we cannot be losing Fornells. We cannot be losing Fornells.
I still look at that. I know people are going to talk about the fact that, you know, they don't want to stand, you know, in Dec's way and eventually it'll go and stuff. But if we take Grealish, for example, when I look at that and I think, for me, when he's assessing whether or not he should stay there, there is only so much, or, you know, how far Aston Villa's level can go to in terms of challenging and what they can do. And that's the thing. If we're constantly building on that squad, not being the team of old that produces the best players and gets rid of the best players for the money, and we build on that, then surely Dec, he's not stupid. He knows there's a ceiling that he can go to with this team. And I think the fact that we're sort of proving that at the minute, that we can improve on the position, obviously not the last 3 games, but the position that we were in last season, which a lot of people doubted that we could do. But clearly he's not stupid. And I think the fact, you know, we're a London club, we're not, you know, some middle arse nowhere, you know, we can attract the big names. We've got some new investment and stuff. I think it's a lot different to that Grealish situation, because it's not just, you know, £100 million, let me go play Champions League football. I genuinely think he thinks we can do that in the next few years.
I agree with you, Tom.
And that's, I don't, he's the older boys will probably be able to tell me what the expression is, but he's got an old head on a young man's shoulders or something like that. You know,
he's an old soul.
An old head on young shoulders. Yeah, that's
very wise beyond his years.
Or he's a diving prick.
No, that's really.
Just quickly in the comments, Ben saying Lingard, Lozek, Ake, or Rudiger. Well, it would be Ake out of those two, because
Rudiger's off the bloody.
Short of the collapse of the club, Rudiger's going nowhere. Oh, mate, anybody would want Rudiger, but he ain't going anywhere short of the collapse of Chelsea. That's
might go somewhere.
That is a fact, mate.
Kretinsky, so I don't know.
Yeah, Roy's saying he thinks that if we bring in Lingard and a couple of other decent signings, Rice will stay, providing no one offers 140 mil, says Ben.
Would you take Ake, Budgie? Would you take Ake?
Ake?
Yeah.
I would take him as a squad player, definitely.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't take him as a replacement for anybody though. Definitely not. I would take him as a squad player, and he would be challenging Creswell for position, in my opinion. I think that's where he's best off, out on the left.
I'd much rather than Nathan Ake from Bournemouth just before he got his ACL injury, because he was fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about. And he was when he's great out on that left channel.
Yeah.
He was fucking immense out on that left channel.
Yeah.
I don't think he's reached a height since then. That's my only issue with him now. I see him now, and he don't seem half the player he was. But there you go.
Oh, Sable Team saying Paul Scholes is a pundit. Yeah, but part time, mate. I don't really see him that often.
Yeah, he also sucks his daughter's toes. So anything that Paul Scholes says is
I'll put Scholes in his toes.
A bit tainted.
He says you're forgetting Colton Cole. Listen, right. He's a legend at West Ham, you know, for many reasons, but it ain't because he was the greatest player in the world. All right. Now, I love Colton Cole. And you'd probably be surprised to hear that I preferred Marlon Harewood, but that's neither here nor there. Colton Cole is a great player, but he was never a legendary player, never. And for him to be a pundit is exactly what I was saying. Good players do. Great players don't, you know. Ben's munching on flapjacks and sipping coconut water. Sounds healthy.
Somebody haven't read about that, when he.
Yes, they can. Yes, who can? What? Hold on.
Oh no, you were talking about. You said Hammerhead. If you can answer the question about players being able to in January for the European.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you. So it's a good job you're here, Rappers. We are useless. We need a bit of professionalism on the show. Robert's saying, what is it you take on? What is your take on the goalkeeper situation going forward? Are we buying Areola?
Did you never see
Johnson
with Charlie? There's no sensibility. There's no sensible head over here. There's
so, Robert's asking about our take on the goalkeeper situation. Are we buying Areola and Johnson? Are we selling or moving on Fabianski, Randolph and Martin? I don't think Martin's going anywhere. I think he's going to become a goalkeeping coach. And obviously a ambassador for the club as well, I believe. Because his dad's in that role as well.
Yeah,
so therefore it's a natural progression for him. He knows that he's like fourth or fifth choice goalkeeper, you know. And I think,
I don't think he really gives a toss about that though. You know?
He doesn't. He doesn't. As long as he gets listen, for him, he's fulfilled his ambition. He got a clean sheet against Chelsea. That's fulfilling an ambition, mate. I'm telling you, for that man. So Areola, we've already got him on loan, and providing the sale deal is suitable for the club, then I can't see any reason why he won't stay.
I don't think that'll be an expensive deal either, because he's not got years and years left on his PSG contract anyway. Plus, they've got God knows how many goalkeepers out on loan at the moment.
They've got 3 on loan. They got 3 keepers on loan, and they got
as well as having 2 of the best keepers in the world in the same squad.
And 2 others in the bank on the bench.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They had 3 keepers on the bench the other night, didn't they? PSG. What about Randolph? I think he'll probably go, won't he?
Yeah, me too.
He's a bit of a woman beater. I don't really like him. He's a bit of a. He's getting on a bit. He's one I know we needed cover before when Fabianski was injured, but he's never starting his FA Cup games or his thing anymore, because that's Areola's job. So we don't need 4 at the club.
I'll tell you what happens. You sort of know, you know, when you get a guy who's the backup keeper, and he has to come, because every time Randolph, I was going, oh really? But with Areola, I feel a bit.
It's almost a Roberto scenario with him now.
Yes. Areola is safe in your hands. I'm still not convinced we're going to sign him, but I'd prefer if we did. I hope we do keep him.
I pray we do. I think he's.
I actually think I actually think he's a better goalkeeper than Fabianski. If I'm honest.
I think he's more athletic, and I think the fact that he's still quite young and he's just hitting the peak of his career. Goalkeepers only tend to go like that, don't they, as they get older? I'd be gobsmacked if we didn't sign him. He has to be Fabianski's long-term replacement. I think if he stays,
he has to be, and he has to be the future of the club as well. You know what I mean? He has to be. Because, like we said, we've got to have ambition, right? And by having a goalkeeper like that, we've seen what he can do in action now. He can almost do a flipping cartwheel and save a goal. Do you know what I mean?
Do you see what he does before the game?
What does he do
before the game? If you can ever see it, I think on the if you look on the like West Ham do like the behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes before the game, you catch him. He jumps and he kicks the crossbar. Like he gets his leg up to kick the crossbar before every game that he plays. It's like this. He's so athletic. It's ridiculous. It's weird.
Karate kid moves, man. Like
he does.
You know.
I can do it. I can do it happens with a step ladder. I can manage it.
Me too. No, I need a full ladder.
What you mean? You can kick the bottom rung of a step ladder? You mean? That's about my limit, anyway. Mate, I couldn't even keep myself up the arse
what
these
you
days.
said last night, Budgie, though, bringing either that like Hajayi through, phasing Fabianski out slowly, and then keeping Areola and then Martin's there just in case. I think that is makes more sense, because he's just at that point it's just wasted money for Johnston. Yes, I'm sure he can do well enough, but they may get promoted as well, so he'd be back in the Prem. Are they going to really move him on there? And
they're going to want more money for him because of it, and so on and so forth. I mean, it's false economy, and that the young under 23 lad, he's. As you say, blend him in. Bring him in every now and again.
Do you remember a few years ago when Stoke went down? They charged an extortionate amount of money for Jack Butland. Nobody's seen him since. That's the kind of thing. They pay so much money for their players in the Championship because of all the parachute payments and stuff. They're going to want to charge an extortionary amount just to get him. It's just don't make sense. Listen, don't knock the jug. The beautiful jug, which also is a carafe.
So Global Text is saying it. I actually believe that if we match the offer that Chelsea asked for Mount, I actually think he would come because of Rice, and it shows ambition going forward. Yeah, there is that. But the thing is, Thomas Tuchel a few days ago, I can't really remember how long ago it was, but my brother was watching one of these Chelsea YouTube feeds, and because I've got him onto them now, Donut, because of watching all of the ones I watch over there, he now thinks, Chelsea, so he's been finding them. And anyway, so Thomas Tuchel said that Mason Mount is a far more important player to Chelsea than he first would have thought. He said, his contribution was the word he used. His contribution to the club is nothing short of brilliant, if you like, or fantastic, or whatever words he used. Kind of how we feel about Declan. Oh, somebody popped up in the who's that then? Aye. Look who's in the house.
Oh my days.
Live from the studio.
Mr. Miles.
How you doing, gents?
How are you, sir?
Mozzie's in the building. Mozzie's in the building. Rah, rah, rah. Ticka, la, la, la. How you doing, my son?
Not bad, mate. You?
Good. No, I'm good. I watched your show earlier on today with Luke on it, man. It was magic.
Yeah, no, good, mate. Thank you.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Clive, Afers,
yes.
Kieran, how you doing?
All right, not bad, mate.
Good, mate. How are you, Andy boy?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
Oh, you know what else? I saw you on the whatchamacallit. Mozzie's everywhere, Doc. I seen him on the whatchamacallit, the fan cams at Mickey,
Crime Watch.
Yeah, Crime Watch. Well, I seen him on that too, of course. But I seen him on the fan cams at Mickey. Homeboy looked like he was in a happy place still with a nice pint in his hand, man. I ain't even playing with you.
No, it was double vodka and tonic, mate.
See, I'm talking about that. Go on, Mounty.
Yeah, I think Andy likes to write himself off. Don't worry about that.
I'll be in the supporters club from 9 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Excellent. Sorry, just want to address this comment quickly. Mandy G, hi, good evening to you, Mandy. Thank you for joining us. Hi, everyone. If we are going to make another step up the ladder, then we need to be ruthless in that we must get players in who can take us to that level and sell players that can't. Yeah, agreed. But the thing is, Mandy, like I said, I would like us to be cautious of the players that we sell. I mean, it's quite popular opinion to say that we want to get rid of Yarmolenko and Masuaku. Now, that's fine. That's fair enough because they are kind of dead wood, really. They're not performing how we want them to. So to replace them, I agree. Yes, we could and should. But we need to, add to the squad. We need to complement the rest of the players with equally good players. And let's try and have okay, we're never going to, exactly copy them or anything. But let's try and have like a Man City or a Chelsea mentality where, okay, we've got this player here, but if he did get injured or if he's too tired or whatever, we've got this player here who's equally as good and another international.
Budgie, I think that Lanzini could complement Ben Rama, but I think there's another player we need to complement the both of them. Like if it's like a Wilshere type player or even like a Mason Mount or Foden type player, like a bit more central. I think that would unlock greatness, to tell you the truth, man.
Yeah. I think you got to be really careful when you get to the end of a season and you rip the spine out of a team and bring loads of different players in. You got to keep the spine in there. And I think as well, as much as I loathe Masuaku, by all accounts, he's absolutely brilliant for the dressing room. And that's another thing is that I'm worried about getting, Deadwood out of the club because some of those guys that don't play are big names in the dressing room that are sort of inactive. Yeah, exactly, characters. So even though, yes, I would like a long-term replacement for Cresswell and some other stuff, I think you've got to be so careful when you do rip the spine out of teams and get rid of Deadwood because it can really negatively affect.
That's what I was saying. You need to add to your squad so that then when those other players, those spinal players, if you want to put it, once they are ready to leave or retire or we get a decent offer from, we've got some kind of replacement.
I think Lasagna would be brilliant, man. I think he'd fit in. I really, really do. And that wouldn't really disturb the spine of the squad. Like, I think he'd fit in. I think he'd fit in lovely, man. That's my story.
There's no point of us with the smallest squad we've got is unloading lots of players. But honestly, have all of them. I mean, even Fredericks could have a job to do for us. He's got a job to do. Yeah. Right? We might need him. We might need him.
But the thing is, though, you've got to think Fredericks also best mates with Declan Rice. So, it's little things like that sometimes that even though we want all these different players, just hanging on and slowly but surely getting rid of some of these players makes more sense than just offing them all together.
Yeah,
to be honest, Yarmolenko's the only one I don't think it'd be missed. But
apparently, though, he's brilliant in the dressing room. He's like one of the funniest blokes in the club, according to Thomas Souček, which it doesn't take a lot to make that guy laugh. But apparently, he's one of the funniest blokes in the dressing room. Is Yarmolenko.
I never knew that, man. That's interesting.
Only because he can understand his bloody natural language. Mandy G's asking, what players in our starting 11 can we say are top 4 players? We've got to exclude Declan Rice from that because he clearly is. All right. So any other players other than Declan Rice in our lineup, starting 11, that you would consider to be top 4 players? Yeah, I agree.
Well, you said you answered that question last night when you picked 6. Remember, Budgie?
I did.
Zuma. On current form.
So far, Yeah, go on.
I'd on current form, I would go Cresswell as well.
Yeah,
Form.
Yeah, agreed.
I also think Fornals is he's slowly coming into his own. I could see him going into any of those other top 4 or 5 sides and being as good, if not better, with some of the better plays that he's got.
Yeah. Potential club captain if Declan Rice did go.
I'm loath to say Fabianski, but then again, he is a world-class keeper on his day, and he has been very good the last few weeks, even if we have lost the games.
Yeah, agreed. I think Ben Johnson as well, because I know he's young, but look at the improvement that guy's showing every game. I mean, you put him in amongst one of them top 4 teams, what we would normally consider top 4 teams. Now, you stick him in Man City or Liverpool or Chelsea, my God. I mean, got another Glenn Johnson scenario on our hands, haven't we? Really?
Yeah. He's going to be the next one. I mean? Yeah, 100.
Yeah. Keeping Areola will rely on the wages we offer if a deal is to be done, says Neil from Down Under. Right. So Ben is saying that Rice, Bowen, Ogbonazuma, Antonio, and Benrahma on their day. Yeah, on their day. Yeah. But when is Antonio's day?
Yeah,
I'm fed up waiting for it because as you said last night, Appers, last game he had that you could really say was a decent game for him was Leeds.
6 ago.
Yeah. Sorry, what about you, Miles? You've been
probably Liverpool. Carry on. Go on, Mosey.
No, I was going to say probably Liverpool. He was probably half decent. But no, he's. I gave him a rating of a 3 yesterday, Antonio. I thought it was absolutely shocking. Obviously,
I know Peach gave Fabianski a 2.
What?
Peach gave Fabianski a 2.
I think I gave him a 3.
All right, 3 then.
That is blasphemous.
And then, you know what the 3 was? The 3 was for the one magic save he made. Other than that, they got a dead shot on. I know that other opposition people have to do shit.
I love
straight up. That one good save. That's where his one good save. If he made 3 of those, it would have been a 9. But he didn't make 3 of those saves. He made that one save. That was it.
He gave the kit man a 5.
I want to ask you. I don't know about you, but in my mind, what I've seen lately of Benrahma, he's frustrating me like Anderson did. I know what he's got, I know what he can do, and he's not doing it. And that's how I'm feeling with him lately. He's doing my fucking head in. Because it's just.
I don't think.
It's disgraceful.
I'm actually going to defend him on this, Kieran. I don't think it's actually his fault because since the Liverpool game, like Wolves, obviously, and all that, he's expecting him to be played as a second striker. And he's just not getting the ball. He's getting outnumbered. If you put him back out on the left where he'll be effective, I think he'll cause some damage. Like yesterday, he got the ball, but he had no one to pass it to. Antonio was being ball boy on the other wing, just standing around, moping around. Who else is he going to pass to? That's what
I just wondered when you saw his passing stats. So I mean, around 50%. It was really.
It was weak.
I just want to say hello to Mark R, a new name today in the chat. I haven't seen your name before, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Mark R,
welcome. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Robert Singleton said that was wine. That's not wine, that's blood.
It's Coke Zero, but
it's Coke Zero, is it?
We'll go with
Coke Zero. I love Coke Zero. Coke Zero is my. Who's drinking Coke Zero? I love Coke Zero. I love me some Coke Zero, dog.
No caffeine Coke. No caffeine Coke Zero.
Forget.
So Adler's is drinking the Coke Zero. Adler's. My cousin, he's in love. Like, he's obsessed with Pepsi Max. Don't you like Coke Zero like a lot better than Pepsi Max?
Different taste, isn't it? Yeah.
They do. They do.
It's like I don't like anything that Pepsi do. I don't like anything.
Yeah, Pepsi Max has like that diet fizzy pop like taste.
Yeah, I did say do. I said do. Yeah, I did.
Pepsi
Yeah, man, Coke Zero.
Pepsi Max for the KFC is banging. I will say that.
This
I
is
will try
actually from
that.
a KFC advert. I had a
There you
KFC
go.
earlier.
Yeah, you're perfect. See, they go hand in hand.
You know what I found today? I found out today, and this was messed up. This is why I was late to the thing here, because I went to the grocery store to get 2 things, and as I'm walking by, they got like these. It's not frozen, but it's like previously cooked food. And I walked by, and the chicken wings there, they're like equivalent to what's like £6 like your end. And I walk by, and I'm like, all right, looking at the chicken wings, and then I walk by, and I see like it's like KFC. It's like the thighs and the drumsticks and there was like, I don't know, 6, 7 pieces in it for like what's equivalent to like £2 your end. I was like, whoa, I got to get those. So I got that. And then I got the spicy kind, but I didn't know. And I like spicy shit. But when I went to the checkout, I'm like, I'm just going to go back because they had 4 more cartons of it. I was like, I'm going to go back to see if they have them. They were all gone. All gone. So yeah, I got like a wannabe KFC tonight. I got Coke Zero. And I bought like this. There used to be this restaurant called St. Hubert's, and they do like a KFC gravy. I'm running that tonight, boys. That's why I was late. And the shit looks
Just want to say goodnight to Hammerette. She says, enjoy the show, guys. Going to say goodnight as we've got a long shift tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Hammerette.
Let's get a moderator on. Hold up. I'll be right back. Hope y'all liked my fake KFC story still. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can't do it.
So sorry, I interrupted you guys. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm back.
Oh, Ludders is in the house. I didn't notice you in there, Ludders. Sorry, darling. How are you, sweetheart? Nice to see you. She's going to get a lot of shit from the spuds tomorrow, twats. Listen, Hammerette, just message me if they give you too much shit. It's only an hour's drive. Only an hour's drive. Like hour and 9 minutes. So don't worry, girl. I'll be there. And I'll come in wearing me West Ham shorts and my West Ham shirt.
Up after their performance tonight. They were.
I'll just go in there and show them we don't fear them and we ain't bothered by them. In fact, I might even go in there with me West Ham budgie smugglers on. Budgie smugglers. Have you been hearing what they're saying to me, Malty? Have you been hearing it like over the last few days? No. Mate, they reckon I wear bloody salmon-coloured fucking Speedos and they want me to do this live fucking...
No, I thought you said it was lime coloured.
Fucking hell.
So don't you start an old shit.
We've put with pink ribbons for how many lengths you've done in the swimming pool on your Speedos.
Yeah. How many lengths
Friday night one.
But anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's true, Luke. They are Spurs fans anyway, Hammerette, so you're going to win automatically. Yeah, we know that you'll give them far worse back. We know that.
But they've got Norwich, I think, the weekend. Norwich are playing well. I'd love to stay for
them. Yeah. So we've got Chelsea on Saturday, boys. What do you reckon? I'll give you an idea.
It will be.
I'll give you an idea, right? It's at the London Stadium, isn't it? So we've got the home advantage, but that didn't really do us any favours last night. But I got a funny feeling that our boys are really hurting now, and I think they're just going to walk out there and they're just going to smash it. I've got a feeling we'll get a result against them, 1-1, 2-2 maybe. It's going to be a draw, I think. If we get any kind of result.
If he puts out the same team as he did last night, the content of the video would not be safe for under 18s to watch. It would be on a certain pornographic website of us getting battered if he puts the same 11 out.
Of course, yeah. Mate, we might as well go down here with condoms in hand. You know?
For me, Diop needs to come in. He needs to get that understanding again. I know they've played well together with Zuma. Lanzini needs to come in. I'd go in with a three in the midfield, even Lanzini. For me, it might cause a bit of a stir. I would drop Antonio and play Bowen up top.
I've said
start off with
the same thing. I said it to you last night, didn't I, Budgie? I said I would have gone 5 at the back. I'd have brought Soufal over on the right. I'd have had Diop, Zuma, Cresswell at left centre back if he's fit enough, Johnson on the left, Rice and Soucek in the middle, Lanzini, Fornals, and Bowen. Just something different. Just something different.
Yeah. In fact, we both kind of agreed on that kind of setup as well.
Yeah.
And you know, I would probably say that 97% of West Ham faithful are calling for that kind of a change this week, because Antonio isn't doing it. And as much as other teams fear him, they're looking at him going, "Yeah, but we can handle him right now."
But apart from Creswell yesterday, it's been the same team pretty much all season. Well, and Ogbonna, so they know what team's going to set up. They know exactly what system
That's what
we're
I'm
going to play.
talking about. They've got the measure of us already. So, after these 18 or 16 games or whatever it is, we've had 13 games or whatever it is. They've got the measure of us, and we've got another 20-something games to go.
Yeah.
We've got to do something.
Too rigid in his ways, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you look at someone like what's his name, Dean Smith, when he was at Villa, right? Now you could more or less guarantee what his starting lineup was going to be every week, didn't you? Do you know what I mean? And now I think that's why Villa struggled, and I think that's why he chose to sell Grealish, because he was the one like holding everything together. Now that they've got rid of Smith and Grealish, the team are starting to gel a bit better, and I think that's kind of what David Moyes has sort of done. He's kind of stagnated. Well, I said this last night. He's kind of stagnated, and by doing that, he's given everybody the opportunity to get right at us. Do you know what I mean? It's like a boxer walking into the ring without any gloves on. You can't fight without
especially when some of those players are devoid of confidence. Yes, a goal is going to help them out, but we can't have them going out there thinking that they've got to prove themselves every time. Like I said, just even if it's for a game or two, that we bring somebody else in just to make them sit up and go. And as I said last night with you, realise that their place is up for grabs, and that if they're not performing, but unfortunately he's wanted to stick to a very rigid, very similar system as as it has been. I don't think people have talked enough, obviously, about how much Ogbonna missing in the last 3 games has really impacted us as well. It's been sort of night and day.
It's been fucking huge, mate. It's been huge.
It's depressing, isn't it? It's depressing.
It is, and there are signs that his injury isn't going to be as bad as first expected, but it's still a 5-month loss, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I still remember having a chat with Gio back when I was on Amish Chat about 2-3 years ago. I always say this story. He said to me at the time, Ogbonna was in a bit more of an ascendancy than what he usually was, and he said, "Name, tell me if Ogbonna isn't in one of the top 10 centre halves in the league." And the more and more I thought about it, I laughed at him at the time. I was like, Ogbonna's not one of the top centre halves in the league. Like, what are you on about? But then every time that he goes or we miss him, I just sit and think to myself, realistically, yes, obviously there's Rudiger's playing out of his skin.
Maybe he actually is better.
And to us, he definitely is one of those centre halves. But actually, how good he's got in recent years, because I remember when he first came to us, that first season, he was always so clumsy in the box, and there was always a late challenge. He'd give away a penalty now and again and stuff. But he's really adapted and learned that position, and he's so comfortable in our system. And he's such a big miss to us when he doesn't play. Such a big miss. And I thought that the ready-made replacement was to have Diop, and who's actually looked somewhat of like first season Diop, back again. But I think it's his time now. Just specifically, I cannot. For the life of me, I said it last night after the game, I cannot have Craig Dawson getting bullied by Mopai, because if he goes in with the same sort of defensive, attitude and ability against Lukaku, if he starts he's just going to flatten him.
He's going to get his pants pulled down, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. It's
the thing what's frustrating me is all this credit what everyone seems to keep giving Antonio. Like, that's the reason, why can't we do something different? If anything, Rudiger's going to prefer playing against Antonio than Bowen. You know what you're going to get with Antonio. With Bowen, he's going to be running either side and causing some damage. But like you said, it's all about opinions. I'm not going to sit here and defend defend
And
him.
as well,
But
Bonner's been a massive loss to me. I said it at the beginning there. Everyone's sort of saying, or a lot of people are saying, "Oh no, we just bring Diop and Dawson. It doesn't matter." It does matter. I think he's a massive loss. I think he should have been our hammer of the year last season. I think that's how good he was.
well,
And
the rumours are at Nathan Ake on
Yeah.
loan with an option to buy, and I think that's the perfect replacement. People don't understand what difference it has having a left footer on the left side of the centre back.
Yeah,
What a difference that
it's
makes.
massive. You're right, mate. It's massive. But I'll tell you one. You know the change. I'd make 2 changes for this team, and I would go a bit different than you boys. I would bring in Krau, and I'd have Krau and Souček sitting there with Rice pushing forward, and then I'd drop a Ben Rama for Lanzini, and that would be my 2 changes.
Yeah.
And hopefully, because I think we get more going forward. Rice wants to push forward, but he's still got Krau behind him and Souček. It just might, because remember, this is going to be a bit like Man City, isn't it? We're going to have about 30% of the ball, if we're lucky, and we're going to be beyond that halfway line most of the game. But then when it breaks, I think Rice is great at pushing out and bringing the ball forward, and then you've got Bowen in front of them, Lanzini, and Fornals. So that's what I'd like to see myself.
I think that's the thing as well is, that obviously Kaleta is the left-sided centre half, but key to the point, he's right-footed. But Zuma was having to play now in that left-sided centre half to accommodate Dawson coming in on the right-hand side, and that affects Zuma's play because naturally he's right-sided centre half. So it is key. I'm not against Kaleta just because, for me, he's naturally a left-sided centre half. Even if he's right-footed, he's more natural to that position. But the Nathan Ake one makes a lot of sense if he was to come in, simply because it is so underappreciated how much better it is having a left-footed player in at left side.
It sure is. It makes all the difference, mate. If you've got a proper natural left footer in the left side of centre half, and it's all about them pairing up well together. They've got to pair together.
Because you noticed it yesterday when Zuma was passing it out to Johnson. Johnson's obviously not naturally left-footed. He was taking an extra touch on his left foot, which was allowing Brighton to press as well. So we had no outlet.
And there's another thing I'd like to ask all you guys your opinion on, right? And it's something that's bugged me for West Ham for years, not just this team, for years, right? And it's something I notice every game, and I'll shake my head, and it's our throw-ins. We seem to take 80% of our throw-ins. Within 4 seconds, the other team's got the ball. I don't know if you've ever noticed it. I do notice it. And young Johnson yesterday, nearly every throw he took yesterday, they ended up with the ball. Now, whether that's because the movement not good enough.
That's because of the movement. That's because there's no movement.
I got a bigger one that irks me. It's the fact that there's hardly any fucking ball. No, there's no fucking ball boys at the London Stadium. It takes about fucking 10 minutes to get the ball back from the edge of the pitch.
I never noticed that. That's true. I never even noticed that. That's true, though, isn't it?
I used to do it I haven't been this year because of COVID. But I am a season ticket. My dad is going at the moment with my brother. But whenever I was down there, the little 3 or 4 years, we would sit there. We're the only two around us going, why is the ball boy not there to give the ball back? The amount of times that the opposition's got to get time to get back into the play, the ball boy's got to run around for the halfway line down to the corner flag. Oh, it does my head in.
Yeah.
It does my head in.
We need Rory Delap.
I thought Antonio was that.
Mate, did you see that one? Did you see that one at City? It just about cleared the penalty area. It had snow on it when that far up.
When he was playing at right back on Village, that was his trait. He was so good at it, but he's obviously not done it in a while.
Oh my days!
Hey guys, any news on Creswell? How long he might be out for?
He was just rested yesterday, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay, as precaution, yeah.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah. Okay. If not, we've got King Arthur at left back.
Oh Jesus, don't.
Yeah. So when the cat knocked my phone over, she's cracked the screen, the little bastard. That Mary. It's all right. It's a screensaver thing, one of them glass cover things. You can't have your ackee and eat it. Sorry, I am so sorry.
I like that. I like your salt.
Yeah,
I like that.
with the saltfish, man.
You wouldn't want to get him on the back of your shirt for 11 quid. You're not really getting your money's worth, are you?
No, 3 letters.
No. Yeah, that's
I
it.
want that
But then you
Indian
would pay
bird that was
50
playing.
quid. But then you would pay 50 quid to have a Pele put on your shirt, and that's only 4. Yeah.
I want that Indian bird that we used to have in the ladies team that had like 17.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
It was
I saw that.
the name curved right the way down the back.
Yeah, it was like that. I remember seeing that. I was mad.
It's like when they put Azpilicueta on the Chelsea shirt, isn't it? That's always over a bit.
But do you remember when Sean Wright Phillips used to wear his Wright Phillips, where he was so short, it used to go all the way around like that. Number 2.
Yeah, you should tuck the 2 S's into his boots.
Oh, poor son.
Played Dawson, Diop, and Zuma. See, that ain't even a bad shout either, because we suggested this last night as well, Apples, didn't we? We sort of bounced that about a little bit.
I want to give Dawson it's not so much a rest, but last night really bothered me.
He frustrated me.
If Ogbonna's in that position, I don't think he gets bullied, or Zuma's in that position, he does not get bullied. It's just little things with him that just irk me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, just briefly touching on Zuma, metaphorically speaking, of course, not physically, but just touching on Zuma, I think, again, that's another player that David Moyes has brought in with a vision to the future. Already he's proving to be, worth every penny we've spent on him. What was it? Best part of 30 million, wasn't it? Or just over, was it? We paid a lot of money for him, but we get a lot of player for that money this time round.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's kind of he's transfer fee is kind of similar to that of what's his name, Philippe Anderson. Somewhere, there's not a lot of money in it between them. And Philippe Anderson, when he first came, he showed a bit of promise, but in that position, he couldn't maintain it, I don't think, for us. Whereas with Zuma,
yeah, go on.
I was just going to say with Zuma, because he's a central defender and he hasn't got to go up the pitch so often, I think that he's come in with brilliant attitude, a fantastic work ethic.
Yeah.
He's come in, he's done his training with Moyes and the boys, and and then he's come into the fold.
I like that. Moyes and the boys.
I got that.
Skills,
so he's come into the side, and he's performed admirably every time. I mean, really and truly, could you call him out on anything he's done yet?
Yesterday, I think, was his worst game for us so far.
Agreed. But he didn't actually look like a liability, though, did he?
No. But I think that's how high a standard that he's performed at. I think yesterday you could look and say he made a couple of mistakes in terms of clearing his lines and making a couple of fouls we shouldn't have done. But I think that just shows sort of
one or two of his clearances were a bit questionable.
Yeah, that's all he was doing. He was hoofing it, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah, but he hoofed it one time. It went straight up in the air and come back down in the box.
I know.
Oh, mind you, that was a deflection, I think, that did that, though.
Kieran, Rebecca sent me. Seen her in the comments. She's after me again.
What I was going to say. So what? Yeah, what did you say, Adders? Rebecca,
I said Rebecca's after me. I said you were right, Kieran. She's coming for me in the comments because I've mentioned something against her poor Coke Zero.
Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide, my man. Nowhere to run. Yo, you can't take a girl's Coke Zero, dog.
I literally
cannot run. Cannot hide, man.
Good evening, Cyber. Good evening.
Yes, Alec. So, yo, this is what I wanted to ask you.
That's the word.
This is what I wanted to ask you, Budgie, because you were going over the 30 million pound players. You two others, but everybody. So you're going over the 30 million pound player. I think it was Kieran who said it. No, I forget who said it, but they were saying Anderson and Zuma, similar price. What about Vlasic? Do you think he's gonna be worth that 30 million, or do you think we're gonna sell him for 15 and have our turn over and have our tummies tickle, like Gonzo would say? What do you think, man? You think he's gonna come through?
Well, do you want a personal opinion or a professional?
Yes,
opinion?
Of course I want a personal opinion. Of course.
My personal opinion is that David Moyes don't buy nobody he don't rate.
Word up.
That's it. That's it. That's my opinion. I've got faith in David Moyes.
Me too.
I've got David Moyes, and you've got all the lads in the back room, in the training ground and stuff. I got complete and utter faith in them. If David Moyes has identified Vlasic as a player that he wants, who am I to argue with that?
And it might not be for this season. And I know that you get a lot of people saying, "Well, we should buy a player that doesn't have to be bedded in," and no. But
I don't really know I don't know enough about Vlasic. Only what I've seen here and what I've seen on YouTube. And
his movement is class.
We all know how flattering YouTube videos can be for a player, But
Julian Colbert is your prime example. He looked like Pele. Come on,
Vlasic looked good. I mean, in one or two of the videos I saw of him, I thought he kind of reminded me a little bit of Arjen Robben, if I'm honest. And I thought to myself, well, I could quite see doing well with a player like that, but he hasn't really sort of had the opportunity. And Athers, you made a brilliant point last night. Sorry, I'll let you go in a second.
No, I'm probably going to reiterate what you were about to say.
And the point that you made last night was, and I've lost it now because I spoke to Milesy, that he's been played out of position, out on the left, where he's not comfortable. He's not naturally a left winger or a left-sided player. He's more suited to central roles, as you said last night, Appers. And the number 10 role is perfect for him. But then we've got 2 or 3 other number 10s on the books also. But I think Vlasic, it's like I said last night, the transition from number 10 role to number 9 role isn't so great as it is from the number 11 or the number 7 role. It's not such a great, as big a transition. All you're doing is stepping up and expecting yourself to have, the more opportunities to score than you get as a number 10. But I don't know. I don't know if Vlasic is worth the money. All I know is that what Moyes thinks he is. So, I'm going to just bow down.
I know that front three interchange a lot, except for Bowen, realistically, who stays obviously out the right. But I think Fornals and Benrahma do sort of switch in and out of positions at times. But for me, I just think, like I said last night, I just think he's too bullish to not have trying to cause problems in the final third. Because, like I said, I just think he is a little bit wasted. And obviously, he's got that final ball because obviously we saw it against Vienna when we played out there that he can do that. But I just think he's too big and strong to not have at least trying to impact and see what he's like running at defenders. Because at the minute, all he ever does is very rarely does he cut inside to have a shot off onto his preferred right foot. But he's almost going down the wing, then coming back in and then making the extra pass. We've not actually seen him full tilt running at defenders. Can he play that final killer ball through? And the thing is, and I know Fornals and Benrahma are both good at that aspect as well, but I don't. Whereas with Benrahma and Fornals, I can see them both on the left and both out or in the middle. But with Vlasic, I can't see him as a left-sided player. I think he's so wasted out there, and that he's not been given that opportunity to play in the middle as much. And listen, he could play in the middle, and then we could play in the middle, and he could end up doing nothing. And then we say, right, well, maybe we've spent a bit too much on this kid. But I feel bad judging him when he's getting so little game time and he's not being played in his more preferred position. I think it's very harsh to judge him solely just on what we've seen so far this season. But again,
Agreed.
I thought his best game was that Vienna game, and the fact that he's got no game time after it is just a little bit. I don't understand it from Moyes personally. But then again, Lanzini
as well as anything else.
We do have a lot of number 10s. I think that's the main thing, is we do have a lot of players that play in that position.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to go back to this comment here, Pete. Yeah. Scott saying, how about Antonio out on the right, because he seems to like it out there, and Jared Bowen up top?
That's
kind of
Antonio's safe spot.
Yeah, but the trouble with that, in my opinion, Scott, is that Jared Bowen isn't a natural striker. Now, I think personally that Ben Rama is more of a natural striker, in my opinion.
No, I hear you, and Mozzie was talking about this on the fan cam last night with Nikki, and he said something along the lines of like, he needs to stay central. Like, Antonio needs to stay central because he tends to go out to the right so many times. Like, and yeah, like Mozzie, you're on that flex, aren't you? You're on that flex, like, and I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that, man. 100%.
It's very very frustrating because
it is, isn't it?
Because even Souček's not even making the runs into the box no more. That's where he's getting so much stick, but he's not making runs into the box. And at one point, I was watching the game when we were counter attacking, and Antonio didn't have anyone within 25 yards of him. He was just running out wide for the sake of it. But yeah,
it's fair enough if he's going to be able. Yeah, I was going to say it's fair enough if he's screaming at the back stick to get his head on it, but then he doesn't even do that.
No.
And I wanted your opinion.
Zuma seems to be doing that better than he does at the moment.
I wanted your opinions on it. Do you think because of how many goals and stuff he's got this season, do you think the fans are giving him a bit less stick than what he deserves? Because I think he needs to be more.
No, he needs to be held accountable. Yeah, he needs to be, and it's not. I don't think it's. When I was saying this, we spoke about it last night. I don't think it's not out because we're hating on the guy or we're doing anything. But we've seen the levels which he can play at, and I think it's just disappointing that when he does have those performances, and the fact that they've been so consistently bad over the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks, he needs to have. But then again, this is the problem: is he doesn't have anybody to push him for that spot. I know people say maybe going Jared Bowen up front. I obviously said maybe at the weekend go with Bowen up front, but I much prefer Bowen as that inside forward, especially coming in off the right, that if Antonio is doing his job and he's holding the ball up for him like he was at the beginning of the season, he can try and release Bowen because he's so good at getting in beyond the final, beyond the defenders with those runs that he makes. So it's just I don't understand why we can't criticise players if they've had. But it's not even criticism in a bad way. It's just saying, look, we know you have been so good in those first few weeks of the season. All we want you to do is get back to that. And if you're having a bad game, you need to be able to say. But again, I think the fact that he doesn't have anybody to compete for him in the striker position, I think that's what kind of makes it difficult, really, because nobody's pushing him for that spot.
Yeah.
For me, if we had, I know they say we've got cash. Realistically, I reckon we might spend about 70 million. I've just got this feeling we're going to spend 70 million in January. I think with this new investment, I'll go and test the brains out of it. I'll go and offer 40 million for Ivan Toney. He's the closest to Antonio, and I think he would fit our system personally.
I think he's a better player than Toney. Better player than Antonio.
That's going to be younger, isn't it? Toney, Antonio.
And imagine both of them together if you are chasing the game. Obviously, Ivan Toney being your first choice, and playing them both side by side if you needed to.
Which what Toney does so well with him.
Toney, Antonio. Toney to Antonio. Antonio to Toney. Oh, yeah, it was one of them. It was one of the Tonys. We're not quite sure who. Helen's saying she's wondering why we wasted a loan deal on Kroll, as he's hardly ever played. She knows that he's had COVID, but she feels also that Moyes just doesn't rate him. Thoughts on that, guys?
I feel for him. I think there's times. I think last night he should have come on. I know. Again,
I love his curly hair like Christian Daly.
I think it's like we said last night. Like the changes that had to happen was Krall, one of the centre halves coming on instead of Masuaku, and just shore up the midfield because far too often those balls were going into the midfield last night. having a few more technical players like Fornals and Lanzini on. There's been times where I thought he's perfect for the way that the game is going, that he needs to be being played, and Moyes has just neglected to do it. I cannot understand, unless it is something in training that Moyes has seen that he just does not like about him, as to why he wouldn't play. But I want to know, actually, Kieran and Milesy, your opinion on it, because I know we spoke again about it last night, Clive, and I did actually put something out about it on Twitter earlier, was Teemu Pukki.
Yeah.
If we can't necessarily get Ivan Toney, because I know Brentford, though, very much like, if you give us the money we want for him, we will give him to you, because that's the system that they work off because of the Moneyball stuff. But when we were looking and we were trying to think of strikers that would be available, not necessarily for mega money, proven in the Premier League, that know how to put the ball in the back of the net, because although Holozek, if we got him, is one for the future, I still think we need somebody that can step in straight away in the Prem and do it.
We need a quick, immediate fix. That's what we need. Yeah,
just somebody that has that ability to score goals, and I think he's proven that already. And the fact that Norwich have got, all right, fair enough, he's not as good as Pukki, but that Ida, who plays every time for the Republic of Ireland, he gets chosen in their squads at the minute. I don't know. I just, part of me thinks somebody, I don't think they would want mega money for him. I think that's I've craved a striker for so long. I'm willing to, and I know you say, oh, it's, potentially it's just Teemu Pukki, or why we go after him. But I mean, he was Premier League Player of the Month the first time that they came into the Prem. He was fantastic. I mean, look at his goal at the weekend. His technical ability in front of goal is outstanding. I don't know. That's for me the kind of player I'd be looking for, instead of
he's a goal scorer, right? He's a natural goal scorer. Is he the best striker in the world? Of course he's not. But I'll tell you what, you give him that space, give him that time, feed him that ball, he'll bang in goals. And he'll still, I reckon, if you had him in the West Ham team, he'd score more goals than Antonio will for you. It's as simple as that. He is a proper forward striker. Is he the future for us? Probably not. But for a season and a half, to have him there on the bench, or bring him on, or start him, I'd have him. Because he's a goal.
The long-term plan for me is 100% Tony. That is what I want. Summer, if not, is Tony 100%. Sorry, Miles, you on.
No, if I would, we missed a trip with Adam Armstrong. I know he's not really performed that much for Southampton, but that would have been a steal for the money. But the other player who I'd go and get as well, is his colleague now at Blackburn, is Ben Brenton. He's smashing it in the Championship at the minute. Finisher. And
Costa Rican.
He plays for Chile, He plays for Chile and
Chile,
scores goals. And he scores for Ben Brenton Rodriguez, I think his name actually is now.
Close. But Ben Brereton Diaz, but you were close.
Oh yeah, there we go. But no, he's decent.
It was a Spanish sounding name.
16 goals in the Championship already. But Mitrovic is smashing it, but he's not Premier League.
Seen nothing of him.
No, he's never been able to do it in the Premiership, has he, Mitrovic?
He's a bastard. He's a bastard.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
He is a bastard. It's good to have that. Did you say Chile, Andy?
Yeah.
No, it's quite warm here, actually. It's about 30 degrees.
Look, shut. Right, I'm getting on a plane. He does this to me all the time, Affers. Honestly, he does it to me all the time, mate.
Darren asked for a weather report, so I thought I'd throw it in.
Yeah, that was 2 hours ago, son.
I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to get a drink here, and I'll tell you what I'll wear when I go to the football now. You'll laugh. I look like an Eskimo. I'll be back.
Kieran, what's that team in Scotland that's Mother something?
Oh, he set me up. Motherwell.
Yeah, she's fine, thanks.
Thailand, Paul's in the chat. He says, good morning.
I thought you were doing one there. I didn't. I thought you were doing one, Budgie. I thought you were setting one up for us.
No. I don't come out with jokes like that one. Motherwell, yeah. One, thank you. How's yours? Right, we've got Chelsea at the weekend. So come on in. Let's have a little ponder upon formation, starting 11, final score. Let's go round the table. Kieran, go on.
was going to quickly pop to the loo whilst you do that.
All right, go for that, mate. Yeah.
Because Mavin's not interested in what I'm saying. Because I called him scum. He said, bollocks to you.
Yeah, that's it. You called him scum. Yeah, last night, wasn't it? No, just this evening. You're a one.
What I'd like to see, and this is just about switching it up. I'd like to see the four at the back. I want to see Krell, Souček, and Rice in the middle. I want to see Lanzini in. Yeah, so Krell and Lanzini I'd bring in, and who am I dropping? I forgot now. Fucking Antonio and Ben Rama. I'd drop them and have them on the bench to fucking maybe for one game to bring them on. They could be a hell of an impact to bring Antonio and Ben Rama on as well. I'm looking at it that way. Not just, they're not bad players, they're not, but they're not.
What would you play, a 4-3-3?
Yes. That's what I'd play. And I'd tell you what, because I said we're going to be in our own half most of that game. So, and then when we do get the ball in that transition, then we can have Rice or Souček pushing forward. More so Rice. He's going to hammer it, right? He's going to push the ball forward for us. And then he's got Bowen, Lanzini, and Fornals to help him to play off. So that's what I do against Chelsea. And I'm hoping, and I'm only hoping here, I actually got more confidence against Chelsea than I have against Man City. I never had none against Man City. So I reckon we could get a 1-1 draw. But
what do you reckon, gents? Do you like it?
What do you got, Keith? It's hard for me to see it here. What's that?
Oh, hang on, wait.
Getting full screen.
Wait. Look, here you go, look.
Oh, that's better. No, nice one. Like it. I'll keep you warm.
Mask.
How cold is it then? Well, it's a bit chilly.
About -1.
Oh, lovely. Oh, well, yeah, that'll do it, man.
Right,
Keep
so
where's Peach?
carry on then, Kieran.
I got
Right, start.
mine too, dog. I got mine too, dog. Hold on. Look, dog.
Hold
I got mine
on.
too.
Oh, look.
Be on screen, dog. Battle of the Masks. I got a claret one too, which is dope. But that one's live.
Yeah,
This
I
is my
got the claret one.
I got the claret one.
Yeah, the claret one's live.
Mine's just got the two crossed hammers on the side either side.
Oh, that's class. That's class. That's class.
In fact, it's on my profile picture, I think. Oh no, not anymore.
Gents, it's been a pleasure, but I've got to be up in 5 hours for work. So
Thank you for coming on, Margie. It's always a pleasure, my friend.
See you, mate.
yeah,
Come on, you are.
Nice
see
to
you
see
during
you,
the
buddy.
weekend.
Have a good one.
Yeah,
All right,
cheers,
cool.
Margie.
See you later, yeah.
All right, nice one,
Legend,
buddy. Yeah, take
legend,
care.
legend,
Have a good
legend.
one. Yeah.
Bye.
So, guys,
hold up 2 seconds. There's been a conundrum.
Yeah.
I apologize. So I got
Okay.
the wannabe. I got the wannabe ghetto version of KFC for like nothing, but shit's been twisted now because Barney and Betty, Papa Peach and Mama Peach. Hold on, Mama Peach. Yeah, it's kind of been a conundrum. They're doing a fry up for dinner, fried slice, black pudding, beans, mushrooms, tomatoes, bacon, eggs. So I will be back. Keep talking. I'll remove myself from the camera so you don't have to worry about me, and I will put myself back on camera when I come back.
all right, cool.
All right.
We'll speak to you
Yes.
soon then.
I will.
Keep your elbows off the table, right?
What's that, babe?
Keep your elbows off the table. It's rude.
Elbows off the table. Some HP sauce, some malt vinegar, all across the thing. Egg on fried slice. Done. Do.
Yeah.
Right.
That's enough.
So, Kieran, starting 11.
Right.
You're starting 11.
I'm going to presume we got Cresswell back, right? I'm going to presume that. So
Okay.
I'm going Cresswell.
Yep. No,
I'm
you
going
didn't.
Cresswell.
And keeper.
Right. It's Fabianski. There's no doubt about it. Fabianski always starts until he really fucks up. So Fabianski, I'd have right, Cresswell, then
You said Cresswell, yeah.
Zuma Diop, right? And I'd have Soufal. I'd drop Young Johnson,
Okay.
right? Because I think he gives us a more attacking threat, Soufal, when he's playing. That's just my opinion.
Right. Okay.
And then I'd have Krell, Souček and Rice. Then Lanzini, Bowen. Who's the other one? And Lanzini, Bowen, and Fornells.
Yes. Right. Okay.
That would be my.
So that's your start. That's your starting 11.
Yeah. Do I think Moyes would do that? Not in a fucking hell's chance. No, he won't. But that's what I'd like to see.
No,
just to switch it up.
We're talking metaphorically speaking, as West Ham fans, and you know, that's what you would like to see, right? So okay, so you've given us your starting 11 and your formation, which is 4-3-3. Now, give me the full-time result.
1-1.
1-1. Wow.
Fancy it.
Cool. Okay. Do you want to go next, Affers, or shall I? It's up to you. I don't mind, mate. Your choice.
I'll let you go next. I just read something completely random whilst you're doing that. I quickly loaded it up Twitter. You know that Mikel Antonio and Callum Wilson are starting their own podcast together?
Who?
Are they?
Antonio.
Mikel Antonio.
Oh, and Callum Wilson. Oh, wow. Really?
Is he doing that?
Wonder if that.
Does he not know the history of Callum Wilson?
We're trying to win the Premier League, Mikel. For fuck's sake, never mind that fucking podcasting.
You know what it's about, don't you? He's gone, Callum, come to West Ham. It's a fucking easy ride. I'll get a game every week and I'll do fuck
That's
all.
somebody we should have fucking got. I would have quite happily taken him.
Yeah, I would have done. Mate, I'd have taken Josh. I know there are people that wouldn't, but I'd take Josh King.
Yeah.
I think.
Mate, I'd take anyone who's a fucking striker because we haven't got one.
Yeah,
Antonio
but
is not a striker.
Look at how good Josh King has been. Look at how good Josh King has been in lesser teams than what we can put around him. I'm talking about the players. I'm not talking about the status of the club. I'm talking about the players. He's not been around the kinds of players that we can offer him, you know. Yeah. And I think that if he was to come to West Ham with the kind of players that we've got, and also the fact that we are challenging for Europe and stuff as well, you know, and we're challenging for the top four, regardless of what other clubs and, you know, supporters might say, we are challenging for it. We're there on merit. We're not there out of fucking luck. So, you know, Josh King's attitude to the game would be, I want to be where we are. I want to stay where we are, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? I reckon. And I think he would be an asset to the club.
Just a few short years ago, when he was at Bournemouth, Man United were going through their strike rise just before Rashford got injured. Yeah. They wanted Josh King back at United. So as a short-term replacement. And right, as Kieran said, any fucking striker, realistically, that is actually
any striker would do.
You'll love the name of the podcast, though.
What's the best Antonio? If you look at Antonio first, Bugs, just what's the best he's ever going to score for you? I'm telling you now, if he gets to 12 goals a season, that is the maximum you're ever going to get out of Antonio, unless he has a fucking blinder. He's had his purple patch. Now he's back to what he is, right? He's not going to get you 18 to 20 goals, right? And when you watch the likes of Salah you see at Liverpool, see the two finishes he did. And I said to my boy, we're both watching it, I said, look, that's a striker. That's a fucking striker. He scores a goal from nothing, great footwork, great positioning. I said, Antonio's never that. He's always going to be hit and miss. As much as we love him, he's hit and miss, and he's not going to get you more than probably 10 goals a season.
Yeah, just really quickly, sorry, Roger, I know you're going in for your thing. You'll never get the name of the podcast. It is ingenious. It's fantastic.
Go on.
Give us your best guess as to what the podcast is named.
Right, so hang on. It's Antonio and who, sorry?
Wilson.
Callum Wilson. Yeah, Callum Wilson. Callum and Mikel. Yeah, Callum and Mikel. I don't know.
It's even better than that. Football podcast. So much thought has gone into that name. Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, mate, they were nutting that out for weeks. Nutting that out for weeks again.
You know why? Because we nicked Football Unfocused, Kieran.
Yeah, they couldn't do it. Yeah, great suggestion, Floyd. Great.
It was actually funny enough. It's on the BBC, so they may have seen you and not been happy with it.
Yeah.
yeah. You know, Clive. He does do too much swearing on it, I'll tell you.
No, well, that's their problem. You know, they're not real, are they? They're just fantasy people that we see every week. Okay, so all right, okay. Let me talk about the upcoming Chelsea game then. What I would like to see, in the way of formation, starting lineup, and end result. So,
go Appers. Give us something scientific.
I was going to go first. So,
yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, go on then.
Now go on.
Right, okay. Okay, yeah. So I agree with you, Kieran. Fabianski in goal. I'm going for the same formation as I went with on the one from each team with Titch. I'm going to go 5-3-1-1. Right. So I think starting from left to right. So got Johnson out on the left. Got I'm assuming also that Creswell's back. Him left fullback or centre back. Then Diop. I'm saying I would have Johnson out on the far left, Creswell inner left, Diop and Zuma with him in the centre, and Soufal out on the right. I agree with Soufal being out on the right. I would have Krell, Rice and Souček in the centre, and then Lanzini behind him. And I would go, personally, at this moment in time, I would go with Ben Rama up front. Because I've seen what that boy can do. I have seen what that boy can do. I was watching him when he was at Brentford. You know,
I know.
regularly.
As I've told,
as I've told many people before, okay, and my brother-in-law's nephew, so he's my nephew as well now, but he's an ex-academy player for Brentford. So while he was there, I had quite an interest in it, you know. But you know, so I watched quite a few of the games, and Ben Rama as a central attacking player, false nine if you want to call it that, he's extremely good because his work rate is high. He does love to come back and pick the ball up and run with it at defences, you know, which is what we crave. We love to see it, you know, and he does that. And if he can do that from a central position, you know, like throughout the whole game, I reckon you'll see a very different side to Ben Rama. You'll see more goals out of him than you will Antonio. You'll see much more finesse and you know, ability with the feet. I think he'd be quite useful up there. That's what I'd like to see. So 5-3-1-1 with Ben Rama as the forward one and Lanzini behind him. I know I've left out Fornals, and I love Fornals, but I just think that Lanzini has earned his shot. And I think in that outright number 10 role that would be, I think he also would excel. So there's my team. Result I would love to see with my West Ham shirt on, it's going to be like a win, clearly. But realistically, with a footballing brain, West Ham are very capable of getting a draw out of this. Very capable. But I don't see it. Anyway, so that's my rundown. I'm not actually going to go any further than that because I don't want to say the words. Because my brother's upstairs, he might be listening. And guess what? He can't watch the game. He's got to work Saturday.
Lovely.
So I ain't going to be with my brother watching West Ham or Chelsea. Because when Chelsea play, I watch it with him. When West Ham play, he watches with me. So that's going to be a first in a long time that we haven't watched the West Ham Chelsea game together. It's going to be really weird. I might have to go work with him and watch it on the phone.
No,
otherwise, it's not going to feel right.
Every cloud, you know.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I'd love to be at the stadium and watching it, but there ain't no way I'm going to get a ticket now. You know what I mean? Yeah. No way on earth.
No, that'd be nice.
Yeah, so come on then, Affers, what you got for us, mate?
I'll stick with the same 11. The reason that I'll go 3-4-3 is because if I think their fullbacks are there to be got at. I think that they're not the first choice ones, especially if Reece James isn't playing. And the reason I want 3-4-3 is because I want to be able to have Johnson, Fornals to be able to almost overlap each other down that left-hand side. When we're attacking, that we've got at least some overlaps and we've got 2-on-1 situations and stuff like that. I think matching up in respect is the only good for us. But if we do that, I need to see Fabianski. I need to see Soufal, Diop, Zuma, Cresswell at left-sided centre-half. I would have Johnson out at left-back. I'd have Rice and Souček in the middle. I'd have Fornals on one side, Lanzini on the other, and obviously then Bowen up top. And I just think unfortunately, I will say what I think is going to happen, which is 3-1 Chelsea. But I still think that with that 3-4-3 in attack, but realistically, well, what is it going to be like 7-2-1-1 or something in defence?
Yeah,
as long as
that's
we
the
can
real.
yeah, exactly. As long as we defend in numbers like we sort of did in the first 45 to 50, 60 minutes, I think they will struggle to break us down. But I can't if he does go with that, I can't have Masuaku wing back. And the only way I would accept Masuaku at wing back is if he puts Kretinsky at the left side of centre half. But even it's just such a big risk, especially when they've got pace to burn off of each side. The creativity of Ziyech to come back in on that left foot, or Hudson-Odoi on one side, is a lot of options to keep on top of. So, I same as you, West Ham brain. I'm thinking the crowd's going to get involved and it will be 2-1 to us. But if I'm being real, I think I can't look past 3-1 Chelsea. And if he comes out, like we said so many times, if he comes out with that same bloody formation and the same bloody players as the other night, I think it will be worse than 3-1. I think they'll just walk all over us. So, no, I hope he changes it. And I think 3-4-3 will work quite well against them, because at least then he can try and exploit some space and create some 2-on-1 situations with their fullbacks and try and get people involved. But yeah, that's what I
love the idea of that. But like you said, we'll end up going to be like 7 defending, right? Yeah. And probably more at times, right?
That's the thing, though. It's what we haven't done in recent weeks is we've allowed Wolves onto us, we've allowed City onto us, we've allowed now Brighton onto us. But fair enough. Defensively, he's absolutely fine. If we can, be as good as we have been for 70 minutes of those 3 games defensively, I've got no problem with that. But just the attacking potency is just there. You go. There's your scientific bit for you. The attacking potency is not been there the last few weeks, and we just haven't counter-attacked with anything to know. And I do like what you're saying, though, Clive, about having Benrahma as a false 9. But for me, he's been so bad the last few weeks. I think he needs just even if it's for one game, just to bench him and say, get your act together. I think that's it. That's it for me. And Lanzini desperately needs to start. And I think Fornals, we're in a position with Fornals as he's undroppable. So. Yeah, that's what I'd go with.
That's what I'm saying. Even with that, and I'd say I'm dropping Antonio, Dawson, and Benrahma. But that's a good thought to have Benrahma, Antonio to come on if you need it.
Yeah,
I'd like them to come on the subs and just see whether that builds him up.
How long should we keep talking before Clive realises that he's muted himself? Should we just keep going?
Very good. Well done. Yeah.
Again.
Thanks for reminding me. And I did that because I was sneezing, and I didn't want to do that all over the internet. We don't want me sneezing all over the internet.
Was that your brother that had just come in behind you? I couldn't see. I thought
my brother-in-law. Yeah.
Oh, brother-in-law. Okay.
Yeah. He's from Ghana originally, so as you can imagine, he loves all the Ghanaian players and. He used to love it when we had IU.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But my sister's actually out in Ghana. My brother-in-law's still here. He's going back out there soon, but he's still here. But my sister's actually out in Ghana, and Peach keeps saying to me, "Oh, you got to get in touch with Ghana Hammers." I keep looking for them and I can't find them anywhere. So
they are on Twitter. I think I've seen them on.
Oh, good, because I haven't looked on Twitter. I know I've got Twitter, and really and truly, all I use Twitter for is just people, you know, like all the people that I follow. Yeah, and then like they might tweet, and I'll look at it, and if it doesn't relate to anything that interests me, I'll just come out of Twitter, and I'd never really go any further.
Don't follow me or Kieran then, Jesus, whatever you do.
Yeah, definitely not Atlas, because you won't have a clue what he's talking about. It's usually about, well, a lot of it's about your little FIFA channel. I reckon, Atlas, I must be one of the first to subscribe to your fucking FIFA channel. I ain't seen it yet though, because I don't know what the fuck it.
Listen, your staunch support has always been very, very nice, and I'll always take that, even though I know that all I know is that you have a fucking clue about what I'm talking about. Right, listen, I've got to go look after Rebecca because she's not well. So it's been an absolute pleasure, gents, as always.
Yeah, and it's a pleasure as always having you on, mate.
Yes. Give her my love, Appers. Give her my love.
Give her my regards as well. Yeah, give her my regards and tell her hope she's well.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your insight and the bit of fun.
Always a pleasure.
Anytime, buddy. Anytime.
Cheers, mate. See you in a bit, boys.
Right. I wanted to say something to him, but never mind. Never mind. Appers, if you're still watching, I'm gonna say what I want you. I would like at some point for you to come on to West Ham Random with us on Football Unfocused. We're gonna start introducing a little guest slot, a little 10-minute guest slot on Football Unfocused. So if you're interested in doing that, Appers, let me know. Either put it in the comments or pop back in and give us the head. Give us a nod. I mean, don't give us head. Give us a nod.
Yeah, steady up. Steady up, son.
Yeah. Flipping hell, what is going on with this man? Right, okay. We've been through some of these as well.
Is young Neil still there?
He's been quiet as long as Anthony. Sorry, he's who?
Yeah, he's right there. He's definitely right. That's why I dropped them, both of them in my team. I dropped both of them.
Yeah. Who stands in front of the keeper better than Antonio on set pieces? Ogbonna. There's your answer. But he's injured, so we can't use him. I think Dawson does a reasonable job of it. Souček does a reasonable job of it. But you're right. Antonio is a beast when it comes to set pieces on the keeper. He is a beast. Lucas Puskaric. New name for me.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
He's Lucas Geezer. He's a part of American Hammers TV. Lovely geezer. Good boy.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the show, mate, and welcome to the stream. It's a new name on me. I will only use Lucas because I can't pronounce the surname very well.
I think it's Puskaric.
Puskaric. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Lucas,
lovely of you to join us, mate. Hammers TV. Sorry, what was it? American Hammers TV.
Yeah, American Hammers TV. He's a good lad.
Yeah.
Really good lad.
Good lad. All right. Okay. Lovely. He says, I'd break the bank for Ivan Toney. Who wouldn't, buddy? You and all of us.
I think he's right. In a bad one, I would do.
70 million. Wow. I hope so. But would be amazing. 70 million. What have I missed here?
Don't know.
Hang on.
I hope they don't want that for Tony, because we won't be paying that.
They ain't going to get 70 for Tony. I don't know what I've missed there, mate.
Will not be paying that. As simple as that. They ask for it.
Kral is Czech for invisible. With hair like that, mate, he ain't exactly invisible, but I know what you mean. Who is that nutcase at Rangers? Worth a gamble.
Yeah.
The
nutcase. Yeah, I know the geezer, I think. Is it Mourinho or Marino? Oh, I forget. Begins with M, I think.
Oh, Marino or something, yeah. Luke's saying that Patson Daka is the one we've missed, in my opinion. Yeah. He ain't really pulled up trees, though, has he? He's done all right, but he ain't pulled up trees.
We could have been
yeah. Good to see Peach's health kick back in full swing.
Agreed. He's on fry-ups now, isn't he? He's having fry-ups now, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah. Just read that Andy Carroll is being paid £1,000 a week by Reading. What a cheek when you think how much he fleeced out of us.
Yeah.
£1,000 a week.
Should be doing it for nothing.
Yeah, but,
should be doing it for nothing.
Mate, listen, £1,000 a week is nothing in the bigger.
No, it's nothing. It might be to Reading,
if you've got to play, if you've got a player like Andy Carroll at Reading, knowing what he can do when he's fit, come on, £1,000 a week. That's
just
fucking cheap. That's really cheap, Kieran.
That's just a token payment to cover these expenses, right?
Yeah,
he really is doing it for
agreed.
nothing, you know. He really is doing it for nothing.
Agreed. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if he actually donates that to charity, if I'm honest with you. Sorry, Helen, I wasn't swearing at you, sweetheart. Yeah, I wasn't swearing at you, Helen, not at all. It was Kieran I was trying to get his attention. So my apologies for swearing while I'm addressing one of your comments, darling. Sorry, my bad. I would take Mike Small now. Mike Small.
Thought he was a cricketer.
Well, mate, it's a bloke I used to work with at Gatwick Flight Simulators. Mike Small. No, I'm sorry, I don't know who we're talking about there, mate.
No, I don't.
Lukaku will be back for Saturday for definite, Darren. And good evening to you, sir. Yeah, he'll definitely be back for Saturday. He was playing last night as a sub, and my brother's sources tell him that he's fully fit and ready to go for Saturday. So yeah,
really, to be honest, Clive, it doesn't matter whether he's playing or not, mate. They've got so many attacking options. Do you know the one boy we never mentioned? Are we all going on about Mount, Ziyech and all that? There's so many.
Yeah.
But I like the American boy Pulisic. I like him.
He's my second favourite player at Chelsea.
Is he?
Yeah, no, he's my second favourite player. No, but what I like about him now, everybody that's watched me on any of the streams that I've done, or even any of the Football Unfocused, and I love using the word tenacious and tenacity. I like using that word because it describes beautifully what I like in a player. Now, if you need to know what tenacity is, just have a word with Google. They'll tell you. But I like Pulisic because he's a tenacious little sod.
He's so fast. He's so quick.
He's quick. He's got a fantastically quick brain on him. You know, I've seen the guy running, and you know, a cheeky little like back heel behind his, you know, other leg, as it were, little back heel across field, you know, to players while he's running and stuff like that. Pulisic is quality, and you know, and I don't mean any disrespect from this statement, but the fact that he's an American lad and he plays the game so beautifully, which he does, he plays a beautiful game. The fact that he does that and that he's American is a high quality in an American football player. I mean, look, we had the likes of Dempsey and those guys, and you know, they've always done well. And Dempsey was a machine in front of goal. But, you know, when you come to technique and talent, he didn't have a lot of it. Do you know what I mean? He was a good player, don't get me wrong. But he was not in Pulisic. He was not in Pulisic's class. I
wouldn't mind prying him away from Chelsea, I'll tell you. I wouldn't mind
oh, yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, for me, it's him and Kante. They're the two players at Chelsea I would love to see. I mean, they've got great players all over the pitch, but
do you know well, like a quick one with Hammerhead there. There was a comment the other day, maybe a week ago in the stream. And I saw it late and I didn't reply to it. It was on about the Hammerhead. Do I watch a podcast from a YouTube thing by YBS? Right, they're called Youngbloods, and it's a guy there. Because Hammerhead thought that he was based in Tincan Bay, but I don't think. I think he's on Western Australia, Hammerhead, right? But if you watch any of this stuff, Clive, how he films it, how he interacts with the ocean and the animals underneath, whales and sharks and all sorts. He films it brilliantly, and he uses a lot of the old drone footage as well when the whales are coming past his boat. He really does it well, man. Yeah. So Hamhead, I am subscribed to YBS, and the boy does quality content.
Young boys, yeah.
It's called Youngbloods, but
Youngbloods.
It's all Youngbloods, but YBS is the channel. It's really worth a
Right,
look
okay.
if you're interested
Right.
in that. It's
Well,
really good.
keep talking, son, because I'm going to have a look right now. I've got my
Really?
brother-in-law's laptop sat right here.
Right. Well, forget.
YBS.
I mean, it might be his name, Brandon. So I can't remember his first
There
name.
it is. YBS Youngbloods. I shall subscribe to the channel under your recommendation.
He does some cracking content, mate. You see him out there. He was on a paddleboard the other day, right? Just standing on, you're standing like a surfboard. It's called a paddle. And a fucking whale came right underneath him, right? And the drone picked it up. He couldn't see it, but you see the whale coming right underneath his board.
Mate, I'm looking at an image of him right now, right, where he's standing on a boat, obviously, and the sea is his backdrop.
Yeah.
But he's holding a lobster, and it's like gold and black in colour.
Yeah.
This thing's as big as he is. It's
the
as big as him.
He does a lot of spearfishing, Clive. He goes underneath.
Huge.
He seems to be able to hold his breath. He doesn't use tanks. He just goes with a snorkel, and he seems to be able to stay under there for 3 or 4 minutes, at a time. And he spins.
Now that I've subscribed, I'll have a look.
Just check it out.
Incidentally, there are 10 in the chat. So I just want to do a little bit of promotion to you 10 guys. I don't know if you already have subscribed to, but I'm going to ask you guys to subscribe to a couple of channels. One of them is called The Disabled Team. As you all know him, Stuart, he's in our chat every week.
I didn't know he had a channel, Geezer. So I see a comment.
He's got his own channel. Okay, it does centre around Leeds United because he is a Leeds fan.
But
he's also an avid follower, let's say, of West Ham. So come on, guys. They show us the love and they show us the support. So there's 10 of you in the chat. Probably one of them is Stuart. Yeah, probably one of them is Stuart. But anyway, the rest of you guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the Disabled Team, please do, because they show us support. So we would like to reciprocate that. And the other one is Hammers Band United. 1 second. Yeah, go on.
I quite like Leeds. If he was a Tottenham boy and was nice, I'd might have a problem still subscribing. But with Leeds, I don't mind them.
No, I don't have a problem with subscribing to that because let's be fair. If you go back in history, which we can, Kieran, because we're right old farts up to, but we can go back in history and we've seen some epic battles and games. I'm talking about, I'm not talking about physicality in the way of
I am
fighting
both.
And stuff. Yeah, yeah, we have, but I mean that's not the kind of thing we want to promote.
No, we don't.
But we've seen some epic battles on the pitch. Between the likes of West Ham and Leeds, and Chelsea and Leeds, and Man United and Leeds. And, when Leeds were in Europe, and the battles they used to have against Notts Forest, man, that was always a good game.
Do you know, now you say that, Clive, do you remember that FA Cup? I think it might have gone to a couple of replays when we were kids then, and it was Chelsea Leeds.
Yeah,
with Mick Jones and Alan Clark and
right. Hang on 1 second there. My brother was either at that game or he was at the replay.
Okay.
I think he was at the replay at Ellen Road. The replay wasn't at Ellen Road. Where was it?
No, it couldn't have been. No, it was at Wembley, wasn't it? No, I'm not sure.
I think it was at Villa Park. I think it was at Villa Park, actually.
Normally used to be Villa Park.
Might have been. Anyway, my brother would tell me. But yeah, he was telling me that the battles both on and off the pitch were quite something.
You had Norman Hunter then for Leeds, didn't you? Kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah, and Chopper Harris for Chelsea.
Chopper Harris at Chelsea, exactly.
Oh my God, that man! Do you know what? He owns a fishing complex down in Cornwall now.
All right.
Ray Harris, he owned. I'm presuming he's still alive. I've not heard anything to the contrary, but he owns like a coarse fishing complex down in Cornwall, Devon, Somerset, somewhere down that way. But you know, he has very high standards for the fishermen that go there, the anglers that go there. He has very high standards. If you haven't got certain equipment, he won't let you fish. You know, if you haven't got like an unhooking mat.
Carry on with your Hammers fans United. That's what you were.
So yeah, that's where I was. And the other channel that I would like you guys to subscribe to is Hammers Fans United, which is Titch. He's a partner in the West Ham Random as well. He's one of our co-presenters, partners. He does all our production work for Football Unfocused, and the background and the border that you see around us. That's all, you know, put together by Titch. So he does an awful lot of work for us. He started doing some watch-alongs. He's doing more live stuff now. But he also puts out a lot of comedy content as well. Now, bear with me for 1 second while I find it. But this is something that I want to show you. This is courtesy of our friend, Titch.
So yeah, obviously it's me, Harry Kane, and I just want to say welcome back to West Ham Random, and obviously so welcome back to Football Unfocused with two legends in the game, which is Kieran and Clive. So yeah, obviously it's a big show that comes on weekly, and they've somehow I've got the gig to introduce it, so I'm over the moon. Obviously I'm not happy at Spurs, so doing something like this is so obviously I'm over the moon. So yeah, big up Kieran and Clive, and big up Football Unfocused. So yeah, obviously I'll see you guys next time.
Of Football Unfocused with me, Clive, and my esteemed colleague on my left, Mercedes Benz, mate. Proper stuff.
No, I'm talking about your baldy head. It looks like a swimming hat.
All right. Oh, come on. I'll be the judge of that. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. So if you like that, and you know, you like that kind of comedy, and give him a look and give him a subscribe, please, because he's a lovely guy, and you know, we would like you to just as much as you do us, you know. And you guys support us wholeheartedly. And one more small short video, courtesy of Titch. And this is another one that he does.
So Roy, how would you sum up that first half display from Manchester United against Manchester City?
It's shocking. Eric Bailly, what are you doing? Manchester City, they don't even need a striker, so why would they need you to score goals for them? It's shocking. Listen, you've got Ollie on the bench. He's talking to Carrick about what they're going to have for lunch. It's embarrassing. It's shocking. Listen, this could get ugly. I've been saying Luke Shaw for days. Luke Shaw is shocking. I give up.
He bangs it, doesn't he? He fucking bangs it.
Oh no, he is great. He is fantastic, you know. And he puts all sorts of nonsense together that we just absolutely love. So
we love it.
We love it. Right. Well, listen, we've been live now for 2 hours, 37 minutes. And I have to be honest with you. I do have stuff to do before I go to bed, like go home. I'm about 4 miles away from my house. So I have got to do a few bits. So I'm happy to end the stream if you are, Kieran.
Yeah, but we'll do it now because you never know. It could be on later today or later after you wake up.
Peach will do another live stream later, guys. I'm sure of it. Thanks everybody. I know we've missed loads and loads of comments, and I do apologize for that.
It's you. You're fucking rubbish.
Well, I ain't that great, am I? Mandy G saying Leeds fans, laugh out loud. Yes, Mandy, they are Leeds fans. We're talking about the Sabre team again, yeah. They are Leeds fans. They are lovely people, though, Mandy. And like I said, they are West Ham followers. They're not West Ham supporters. They're West Ham followers, but they are West Ham YouTube community supporters. That's what they are. They're West Ham.
They've supported us from the beginning, Clive, haven't they?
Well, yeah, and you know they big us up on all their stuff as well. They try and get people to come across to us. You know, they've recommended people to come and watch Football Unfocused. You know, they're great guys. They really are great guys. Mandy says she subscribed. They look fun. They are indeed really good fun. Sorry, Kieran.
Just one thing before you go, and I just Russie B had his quiz earlier on, and I just
I missed it, but yeah.
I was rushing around a bit, but I just popped in and said, "Good day, Russ. How are you, mate?"
Yeah.
You know, and he went, and he came back and said, "Oh, good day, mate." He said, "It's Kieran." He said, "He's on West Ham Random, and I'm really enjoying your Football Unfocused." That was Russie B, and he gave us a big up. You know, look at West Ham Random, the boys on West Ham Random. You know, he was very good.
Nice, that's nice. Well, yeah,
nice.
And yeah, as we said earlier, you know, we are going to collaborate with West Ham Network in the next couple of weeks or so. Yeah, we've got negotiations to go through, so nothing's been finalised yet. And by negotiations, all I mean is that we're going to do a 12-hour stream. We're going to do it for charity in aid of Irons for supporting food banks. And we just got to iron out like the schedule and stuff like that. We are looking at we're looking at mid-December, and we are going to try to raise money, which we are going to, you know, for food banks. We're going to try and raise money, and we will have either a PayPal set up for them or direct into their own PayPal or whatever. But the money will be going direct to the Iron supporting food banks. It won't be coming here. It won't be going anywhere else. But these are just the finer details. But just so that people have some kind of security, knowing that their money is going where they need it to go. And by doing that way, they get 100% of every donation they get. And guys, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a 12-hour thing. We're going to have people coming in and telling stories, and there's going to be quiz and stuff like that. So it'll be a bit of fun. It may be even something you want to throw on the smart TV, get the family and a few mates around, have a bit of fun with it, try and raise a bit of dough, even do it in the local pub, get them to throw it up on the screen in the pub. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting off in my local. I'm going around with a bucket. In fact, it's not even me, it's the landlord who suggested that. And he said, I'll run around with a bucket for you. So I said, brilliant. As long as people are only putting money and luncheon vouchers into it, I'm happy, and debit cards and Amex and all that kind of thing. Yeah, you're welcome to leave your card in the bucket. But genuinely, though, we are going to try and do this within the next couple of weeks or so. We've just, as I said, we've got to sort out the scheduling. But on that note, I am going to say goodnight. Shiny is asking when is it. Scott's asking when is it. We're looking at mid-December, guys.
To be final, it has to be finalised yet, but to be.
Yeah, we haven't finalised the date, but we are kind of looking at the 17th, Friday the 17th. That's kind of where I think we're at the moment. Reason being is that there are games on the Thursday and there are games on Saturday. There is no games on the Friday. Friday is normally a good day for charity events anyway, as you know, from things like BBC's Red Nose Day and stuff like that. That's usually on a Friday as well. It kind of works well for us because, for the time scale that we want to do, and, what we've kind of got in mind, it works really well with West Ham Network's scheduling anyway. So they won't have to adjust their scheduling on the day. It just means that they, if they wish to, they can contribute more time to it, as we can. And, we've also invited Jake from West Ham Unofficial. We've invited Gatesy and Duke. We've invited Daya. We've invited a few other people to come and just contribute, 15, 20 minute, or 10-minute slot, just to give us a chance so that everybody out there can see how big the West Ham YouTube community is and what we will do to get together to raise money for such a brilliant cause, And if you haven't already donated to Iron Supporting Food Banks, then if you want to do it early, you can. I'm sure there's on Google you'll find a link to go to their PayPal account or something. Even just £1, £5, anything will help. And then on the day, we're gonna ask you to donate on the day as well. So guys, find it in your hearts to help. There's going to be myself and Titch and Peach and Kieran and hopefully the Scouse Hammer. Adam Frankel. Hopefully we might get a little word from Frankie Boy over in.
He's actually going to be in London. He's actually going to be in London, arriving in London the day before. He'll be in London on Friday the 17th.
Okay, so we're going to try and hook up then, Frankel and I. We'll see if we can do that.
I said that to him last night, because when me and Frank were talking, I said that to him last night. I said, Budgie's thinking about going, to the London Stadium and just round to meet Titch and Tootin if he can. And I said, you let us know wherever you are, and Budgie would be down to come and see you, have a little chinwag with you, mate. 100%.
Most definitely. And if Frankel's up for jumping in the car with me and continuing my journey up to destinations yet to be confirmed, then he's welcome to do that. You know what I mean? He can spend the evening with me, and then I'll bring him back to London on my way home. It's not a major issue. So we're doing this at our own expense. We're not asking anybody to pay anything towards our expenses or anything like that. The money is going directly to Iron Supporting Food Bank. We will not see a penny of that money. And anything that we do, any expenses that we meet, we will all meet them out of our own pockets. That's us, that's West Ham Network, that's Irons United, that's Hammers Fans United, that's, every channel, West Ham Unofficial, Hammers Chat, anyone that's going to contribute on the day, do so at their own expense,
And you really have to take your hats off to West Ham Network, because they're a very large channel. They have time for us, which is brilliant. They've had me on their show before. Budgie's been in contact with them. They're great fellas. Anton from Irons United, he's been on West Ham Random. So is DJ Rusty B. So is Young Jake. They're good people. They do a good thing, and the fact that they're in dizzy heights. They're in dizzy heights in this YouTube thing, and the fact that they have time for us. Hats off.
Right. Okay. Listen. Darren's made a comment. He says, "How can I get your address, Clive? I want to donate an Iron Maiden shirt for the quiz or a quiz." Yeah.
Lovely.
Right, Darren. Listen. Peach, can we put the link in the thing, and then I can meet him in the green room, and then.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say,
and then we can.
100%. I'll do that. But I was going to say, one of the best things too, Dazza, is you can always email any one of us. If it's Titch, Kieran, Clark, myself.
Put the email up in the chat.
It's there, isn't it? That's what I was thinking. Mate. Yeah. It's right here. Hold on one second.
You got it. You got that.
We're trying to get Darren on before, Clive, and he's having trouble connecting before, so he might not be able to connect to the live stream.
All right.
So.
Right. Okay. Well, look, Darren. Thank you very, very, very much, mate. That is the first donation we've had.
There you go.
Thank you very, very much. There you go. There's the email address, Darren. So email that. One of us will get back to you within a couple of hours.
Well, he
or
wants
so
to
of us
talk to you,
opening it.
buddy. So you get back to the boy. He wants to talk to you,
All
mate.
right. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. Well, look, I'll tell you what then, Darren. Do me a little favour. Send us an email and put your mobile number in so that I can add you to WhatsApp. And then when I've added you to WhatsApp, I will call you. And
if you don't mind, I'm gonna get your WhatsApp too, man. Because I'd love to have a chin wag with you, man. Proper chat, man. 100%.
Providing you're happy for us to have your number, Darren. Please do that. If not, just send us an email so that I can get back to you by email and give you my address. All right. But that is such a lovely thought. Thank you, sir. I'm bowled over already. I'm bowled over already.
Yep.
What are you munching and drinking?
He's on every chat with us. There's a reason why you're one of our moderators, Dazza. And it's always good seeing you. It's always good seeing you in the chat, man. You always have something solid and polished to say. Yeah, man, you're good people.
Yeah.
100%. Mr. Pad Thai.
Not just that, Page. He likes the weather report. So
no, he doesn't. No, he's just humoring you. No, he's humoring you. He's humoring you, Karen. He thinks the same as me and Budgie on your stupid weather report that we all get jealous on. Oh my days! Oh my days!
I'll tell you one thing I do know about Dazza, Darren. Right. Well, actually, I'm going to tell you in a moment. I'm just going to come off camera, okay, and I'm going to upload something, and then you're going to I will explain all when I come back. Yeah.
There you go. So, Kieran,
yes,
you're not feeling nervous about? Is it Saturday we play Chelsea or Sunday? Saturday, isn't it?
You're always nervous playing Chelsea, but
I'm not. I was nervous playing Liverpool. I wasn't that nervous playing City. I was more nervous playing Liverpool.
No, I never thought we'd get a result against Man City, but I always think when we play Chelsea, I always think we can. I don't know why, but I always think we can get a result. But we've got to up the game a bit. We've got to up the game a bit. Come on, the last couple of games are fucking poor. We've got to fucking up the game.
Yeah.
We've got to get better than that, man. Got to get better.
No,
so if we do up the game, I fancy getting a draw. I'm not sure we can win it, but I think we can get a result against them. We can get a point off them. It'd be lovely.
Remember we went up there. Hello, welcome back, Clive. Remember we went up there, I think it was 2-3 years ago, and we beat them 3-2, didn't we? We beat them 3-2, and that was happy days, like about 2-3 years back. I think we went to Stamford Bridge and we won 3-2, and that was happy days. We're capable of it. We're capable. That was his tip. That was the first one. One in his typical cut in from the right with the left, top left hand corner. That was it. Yes, sir.
In fact, Frankie Lampard was crying.
Good. Fat. Hopefully, he got another sausage roll to put in his gut. Fat bastard. The Frank Bastard Lampard. I love that song. I think that song is one of my favorites that they sing at the ground. Oh, I love it.
It's not very nice. It's not very nice, mate.
I know, but it's so good to sing. It's so good to sing it. It's music to my ears, man. I love it.
Did you just put me back on the stream? Or did I just do that?
No, I did. You want up? You want up?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You want up or you want up?
So no, I'm fine now. I'm back. I'm back where we should be.
Okay, buddy.
All right, so Darren, this is for you, son. All right, I'm not even going to explain it. Let me just remove the comment quickly, though.
Yep.
Okay, Darren, this is for you, son.
Oh, lovely.
Hello.
Yui Hasegawa. This is our Japanese midfield maestro. She is absolutely brilliant.
I want her to be my Japanese maestro.
But that's I am going to do one day next week. I'm going to put a show together, a recording and I'm going to do a feature on the women's team and only on the women's
Lovely.
team. It won't go out live. It will go out as a pre-recorded, but we will try and do it so that we can have a live chat. So that Darren, when you're ready, we can chat all you like about Huey Hasegawa, and we can chat about all the other ladies in our squad. All right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I hope you're happy with that, Darren. That was for you, mate. And that's by way of an apology of your
Look
first
at
naughty
Dazza.
step.
Behave. You're on the naughty step because that girl, all she sees is peaches in her eyes. That's it.
It's unbearably hot here at times, and it is. It's not that comfortable. You wouldn't like it, boys. I'm telling you.
Budgie, do we have to listen to this? Budgie, do we have to listen to this?
You
Oh
do.
my
Yes,
God.
you do. Even today, it's
Dazza
30 degrees.
and Kieran are like,
to go
Dazza and
for
Kieran are like the hot weather police report. Like, no, we don't want to hear it.
I'm probably going to have to put another shirt on soon because it's a bit hot.
What is he on about,
You
Budgie?
must go through so many liquid tabs. Right? You must go through so many washing tablets. Having to wash a t-shirt twice a day. Oh, it's
sometimes
Peach,
we
I
have
really
to walk around with
wanna know
continental
what
quilt
you're
wrapped
eating and
around us and
drinking.
shit at the moment.
So, boys, Hammerhead wants to know. Go on, Clive. Go on, Budgie.
No, I was just going to say, I acquired this coat about 6 years ago, and it's got one or two little tears in it now because I've been through the mill with it. But this coat, it's called Billion Bay or something like that. Anyway, it's a puffer jacket, and it's quite an expensive item.
I like them.
About 130 quid or something, not cheap.
Hell.
Anyway, but the thing is, when I bought it, the guy said to me, "What size do you want?" So I said, because I'm thinking, I don't want to be tight in it. You know what I mean?
No.
And I tried on a large, and I felt it was nice, but so I said, "I'll get an extra large."
Yeah.
Thinking it'll have a little bit more room in it. Yeah. Well, the sleeves come to like halfway down my hand, so I have to make sure that they start. But it's a large coat. It's like one of those pitch side coats you see the old coaches and that wearing.
No, but that's good. You can wear a sweater underneath.
It's a massive, great big puffer jacket. So everybody calls me the Black Michelin Man. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lovely warm coat though.
If I had to put up with that cold again, it wouldn't bother me what I fucking wore as long as I was warm. Wouldn't care.
I can't hear anything. Can you, Clive? I can't hear anything when this one talks right here about cold, Mister like warm in the sun. Oh my days! Come on.
I think it's just at 32 degrees today, boys. It's gone up a little bit.
Oh mate.
Whenever he talks, all I hear is I don't hear anything.
Yeah, it's just such a gay temperature over there, isn't it?
It is. Absolutely.
Right. Are we doing it? Are we coming back later, or maybe tonight, or whatever?
Yeah,
what's that, mate? Sorry. I'm actually going to be heading off in a second, Peach, because we've been on nearly three hours, buddy, and
we'll all head off, and then me and Kieran will probably come on later with like Wally or Lawrence or somebody.
And if my eyes are open, of course. Yeah, I said if my eyes are open, I'll pop in the studio.
I'll tell you what, I just got a notification for Peach.
Yeah.
Katie K is doing her show in the next 3 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oh, with James Fever.
Right.
Yeah, I heard that.
Hometown.
I'm going to go check that out. That's my
I'm
girl.
out of here, guys. I'm out of here. So
before you go,
thank you.
Hold on. Before you go, before you say thank you, before you tell Kieran to piss off with his weather reports and all them things, just wanted to say, Hammerhead, he said, Peach, I really want to know what it is you're eating and drinking. Looks good. So I got some vanilla ice cream that's made in a nut-free facility. I got some Cool Whip, which is like the creme fraiche kind of what we have here. And then I got a chocolate milk, but made properly with chocolate milk there, milk from there to there, and a bit of chocolate milk on top. That's what I got, Dazza. Take it away, Budgie.
Right, guys. I want to thank everybody that's in the chat, that's been in the chat, that's commented, contributed. And guys, this is for you. This is all about you guys, really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're just doing this because we want to give you as much content and as much fun and as much entertainment as we can. So thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Pete, for giving me this platform to waffle on like this. And
it's ours, mate. It's all ours.
Yeah, and thank you, Kieran, my partner in grime, as it were. We know how it is, bro. And guys, don't forget to watch Football Unfocused on Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. And here's a little teaser for you as to what may come up. Well, you actually haven't got a teaser, but this is the kind of stuff we get up to.
Swansea.
See you later, guys. Yeah.
And we're just chatting away, mate. And all of a sudden, all the fucking windows came through in the train. Right? There was about 50 bricks come out the train and took out every fucking window in that carriage.
Oh, God.
Like, fucking jeez, there was glass just flying everywhere.
Oh, man.
These bricks coming through the window. I mean, what the fuck? So we were doing that.
Yes, Kieran. I love that.
So
go on, mate.
We'll catch up a bit later, right? And
what are you thinking? I'm thinking we could do. Hold on, let me just look. We could do. You want to do 1 o'clock in the afternoon your time? Whatever works for you, mate.
You can if you want, son. Give it a couple of hours. Yeah, you're. It'll be up to you, mate. Up to you.
Like we could do 1 o'clock. We could do 2 o'clock. Like, if you have stuff to do, let me know, and we'll set it up accordingly.
Yeah, mate. Whatever you say. I've just got bits to do around the house. I ain't going anywhere today, so.
Okay. Yeah.
You let me know.
One of those days. Okay. Yeah. So to everybody in the live chat, there's 10 of you. That's all, I feel we got to keep talking because there's 10 people in the chat watching us right now, Kieran. It's nuts. It's like, I feel bad letting them go. I know, but we've been on.
Yeah, apart from Darren, that most of them in the UK, aren't they? And it's fucking nearly 1 o'clock in the morning for them boys. And
I know. It's mad. It's mad. It's so much dedication and so much support, man. Like, it floors me sometimes, man. Like me doing this all the way in Canada, you doing it all the way in Brisbane, Clive and Crawley, Titch and Tootin. It's nuts, man. Like the amount of support that we get, it's insane. It's absolutely insane, man.
In about an hour's time here. In about an hour and a half, it will be the hottest part of the day.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be 33 degrees then.
No. Yeah, so you wanna piss off now or you wanna piss off then? It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. You can either piss off now or piss off then. Or maybe what we could do, we could get the live chat to see like what percentage want you to sit outside with a sweater, a scarf, and a toucan and do the whole stream in an hour's time with me right here. Let's put Kieran through a monstrosity of a heat wave that he's never felt before.
I think everyone in the chat loves the weather report, right? I think they love it, and it's only you and Clive that hate it. So
you know what? I love it. Go on.
Ask them that question. Who hates the weather report and who likes it? And then if there's that many people who hate it, I won't do it again.
No, you know what? I want to edit two things so it's like a proper like news weather report. So like 10 o'clock. It's the news weather report with Kieran. I want to do something. I think that would be absolutely magic. I think that would be absolutely stellar, man. And then me and Budgie could just take the piss out of you while you're doing it, like those. Me and Budgie will be the two old muppets in the veranda, just giving you shit. Who's this bloke? Who's this guy? Weather report, man.
You gang up on me anyway to stop me doing it.
All right, mate. Listen, okay, so you're gonna be probably having a siesta or just sitting inside while it's hot outside in an hour. So yeah, if you want to do it, well, that would be 9. If you want to do it 9 my time, sorry. If you want to do it like, if you want to do it like 1, 2, 3 in the afternoon, what works best for you? 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, say 3 probably.
3 o'clock.
Would that be better for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all good for me, man. It's all good for me. It's just evening here, man. So it's before 12. I'll be good.
All right, do that then. Do that.
Okay, so we'll do it at 3, which is 3 is 10. So that would be 10 o'clock here, which would be that would be 3 o'clock, but that would be 3 in the morning, England.
Probably not good for anyone there, is it? You won't see it.
No. But you got people. What's that mean?
Unless you went later in your time, but that brings you into midnight then, doesn't it? If you went
Yeah,
later.
that's all right, though. I could run that. I could run that. But so if we went midnight, it would be around 5 in the morning here. No, it would be around 5 in the morning in the UK. 6, 7, 8 in the 6, 7, 8 in the evening your time. What is it?
No. 5 in the UK, right? It's only 3 in the afternoon for me.
Oh, perfect.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah. It would be because midnight would be 1, 2, 3. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm still wrapping my head around the same thing. Okay, you want to do it? You want to do it then at 3 in the afternoon your time?
Just send it to me just before, mate. Yeah, and I'll keep the 3 o'clock in mind.
All right. We'll run that. We'll get some stuff to talk about. I know Rusty B, like DJ Rusty B, he kind of gives out homework sometimes because he does a thing where he gets like a My Hammer's 11 and he'll say, put a My Hammer's 11 together of like superheroes, or put a My Hammer's 11 together of Walt Disney films. Who's that? Somebody? I don't know.
Good evening again.
Oh my days, he doesn't leave, does he? He's like a rat. He does not leave. He's like a rat. We're talking about doing the show. We're talking about doing the show 5 o'clock in the morning your time. You down to come on?
Oh mate, no, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. The reason I came back on is to just to say I'm going to be unavailable for most of the day tomorrow because
you were saying that.
I've got my hospital appointment tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get home, I'll check on the time of it. But I've got to go into central London to do it. So,
all right.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone for at least most of the day. So I'll let you know the exact times, though, Peach. I'll text you.
It sounds all shiny G's in the place to be, Hammer's dad. That sounds good, Budgie. I hope everything goes well tomorrow. Hope you're fit as a fiddle. Yeah, 100%. And have a nice fry up after you go to the hospital, mate. Nice greasy fry up.
Well, that's the idea. And do you know what? They're telling me I'm not to drink caffeine or smoke before the appointment.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that's all about.
No, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for me not to smoke.
It affects the testing, Budge. That's what it is. It affects the testing.
All right, but anyway, listen, guys, I just wanted to remind you of that. So I'll talk to you later, yeah?
All right,
We'll
Bugsy.
catch up
Much
with
love,
you.
my
Good
friend.
luck, bud.
All right, take care, guys. Bye.
Will
Cheers,
do. You too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so what I was saying was Russ normally gives out homework on like his My Hammer's 11, like when he does those things. So my homework is not that because that's Russ's thing. I wouldn't take that from him. That's just biting. But maybe some homework on topics that me and Kieran could talk about. West Ham, i.e. West Ham related, that we didn't touch on this evening. Yeah. And me and Kieran will dig for some topics too. But if you guys, the ones that come back, if you guys, want us to talk about two things and you guys want to get involved too, like just tell us what you want. Tell us what you want us to go on about, and we'll include everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
Sound good, Kieran?
Oh, good. We'll do it. All right,
Okay,
bro.
mate. Yes,
Let's
sir.
do that.
All
Love
right.
ya.
Sounds good. Love you too, mate. We will see
Thanks
you
for
in. Okay, see, thank you for coming on. I'm Milesy. Milesy came on. Tom Athers, Mr. Number 32 came on. Brilliant.
All good.
Yeah,
Talk to
we're
you
walking
soon,
with
bro.
legends. Walking with legends, my friend. Walking with legends. I will see you at 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock my time. I will see you in 4 hours. Hope to see everybody else in the live chat in 4 hours. Until then, come on, you Lions.
Come on,
Yes,
you
sir.
Lions.
Come on, you Lions.